Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
For this is what the Sovereign Lord says.
Why do you need prophets to tell people who you are and what you want?
If you can justify everything that the God of the Bible has done, then you can justify any of your behavior.
A lot of this mentality is trickling into what is now mainstream right-wing Christianity.
I am capable of empathy greater than this God of the Bible.
This is a Bible that they tell kids. This is the good Lord. This is the good book. He is fantasizing about murder, mass murder.
Head over to sacrilegiousdiscourse.com right now to find out how to leave us a review or support us on Patreon.
Hey there, sinners and saints. It's your favorite Bible-bashing duo from Sacrilegious Discourse, and we need your help.
That's right, folks. We're raising funds for some heavenly equipment and a studio that doesn't sound like it's in the depths of hell.
Our current setup, let's just say it's more apocalypse than audiophile.
So if you want to hear us dissect the Bible without the background noise of demonic squirrels, chip in a few bucks.
We're aiming for $5,000 to upgrade our audio and build a studio worthy of blasphemous banter.
Donate today and help us spread the good word of atheism.
You can find a link right on our homepage, sacrilegiousdiscourse.com. Every dollar counts.
Even if it's from your collection plate. Husband!
Wife!
Do you know what we're doing today?
Well, we are finally starting a new book of the Bible.
No, don't say it.
Yeah, we are. And I'm kind of excited.
I'm excited, but then I saw what it was and I was like, well.
We are still in the minor prophets. So, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm only minorly excited, maybe.
You're excited that we're moving along, but not what necessarily we're in.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's still the Bible after all.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
we're starting the book of Nahum.
Nahum, huh?
Or Nam, or
Good morning, Nahum.
Good morning. I used to have a teacher. No, it was a librarian when I was in elementary, junior, high school.
Yeah.
School.
Right.
And
The place with the books.
the place with the books. He used to always tell everybody that the reason that his butt was flat was because he got it shot off in Nam.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a thing.
That's so ridiculous. Why?
Who knows?
Oh, people.
Yeah. So anyway, Nam, huh?
Nahum.
Nahum. Well, before we get into this, I do want to take a moment here because in our multiple brief absences, we had quite a few people sign up as new patrons.
What?
Yeah, and I really just wanted to. We got to get back on track here because we're back in a regular episode, and we got to thank some people.
Okay.
And we're not going to thank everybody today. We're going to do these in the order they came in.
Because we like every single person who contributes to get their own special shout out.
That's right. That's right. You shouldn't have to share it with anybody else.
Nobody else.
No,
This is all you. Who is it?
So today we are giving a shout out to Joanna S.
Joanna S.
Yeah. And just wanted to say thank you so much for joining our Patreon. And we look forward to seeing you around. We really hope to, hear from you and maybe show up on our Discord because that's another place you can interact with us if you want to.
And it's so fun.
Great.
Yes.
It's great. But I do want to say this again, that every little bit helps us. I mean, I know that when you think about contributing $1, it doesn't seem like it's going to do much, but it's not just you. It's everybody else that's doing the $1. It really does add up to a great help to us. So thank you to everybody that contributes to us, and thank you for what you are doing, Joanna. We really appreciate you.
Thank you, Joanna. You're the bee's knees.
Yeah. All right. With that being said, are we ready to get into this new book?
Nahum!
Let's do it.
Okie dokie. Alrighty, let's get into this.
All right.
Before I start reading, I thought we would, talk about like who to fuck.
Who's this Nahum guy?
Nahum. He's a dude.
I wouldn't have guessed. No, yeah, I would have.
I mean, there's not really a lot about him, much like, what was that, Micah, that guy?
Yeah.
How we're like, we think his name means this, and we think he's from there, but...
Right, but he doesn't even have a dad.
Yeah.
That we know of anyway.
Yeah.
You know,
So-
obviously he has a dad, but or maybe he's fictional. We don't know.
You don't know.
We have no idea.
Nahum is a lot like that.
Got it.
So more of the same.
Okay.
So Nahum was a prophet, we think, in like the 600 BCE time frame.
Okay.
And he came from a small village, he says, on the banks of the Tigris known as El-Kosh.
Got it.
Okay. Some legends have attributed this place as a small village in Galilee. Galilee?
Not sure.
I don't know either.
I don't know how to pronounce it. Yeah.
But that's where Jesus ended up for part of his ministry.
Right. I did know that. I think it's Galilee.
I think it's Galilee.
Galilee.
Galilei. Right?
Sure.
You know that song, right?
I do know kind of what you're referencing, yes.
Galilei.
Right.
Yeah. And sorry.
Got lost in your own head there.
I did. I was thinking, and then it was funny, and then I was just staring.
Right.
Okay, sorry.
That happens occasionally. Those long awkward pauses that happen occasionally.
I lost
It's because
the thread.
wife just like went blank.
I did.
Yeah.
But it's always like sometimes it happens when I'm just looking at my phone or a book.
Yeah.
But when I'm like looking straight at you when it happens, that's always the funniest because you're just looking at me like,
what the fuck?
hello, yes. Okay, the worms have taken over. So anyway, we don't know much about this guy, and he likely, probably would have been a contemporary of King Josiah, which was one of the few quote unquote good kings, like Micah,
Sure,
right?
Yeah. Wait, Micah wasn't a good king.
But Micah was maybe around during the good king of Josiah.
No, that was a completely different time frame.
Oh, who am I thinking of that he might have been around?
I don't know. Hezekiah.
Oh, okay, sure.
I believe
don't
is
know.
who he was because he was in the 800 BCEs, and
was?
this guy's in the 600s. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So this is closer to the Babylonian exile, whereas the other one was closer to the Assyrian.
Okay, I have to tell you something. These guys, I just don't have any grasp on who is who at this point.
And this is why we read the book together, because otherwise it would be a complete fucking travesty.
It really, okay, but I'm the person that if I don't write things down, it doesn't stick in my head at all. And I have not been writing any of this down. I should have been keeping a notebook and drawing in a chart. And yes, I know that there are charts and graphs and notes and all that you can just print out. But
we're lucky to get an episode done.
No, that is true. But what I mean is I'm not writing it down, so it's not sticking.
Right.
And I just don't know who these people are, and I don't know when they fall. So I apologize. I'm just dumb, is what I'm saying. That's the way it be. Okay.
All right.
So anyway, he would have been around probably during King Josiah, who was supposedly a good guy of the southern kingdom of Judah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And he also might have been a contemporary of Zephaniah and Jeremiah.
Got it.
Who was a bullfrog.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Now, and
also a traitor.
Yeah, a double spy.
Yeah.
I remember that. Okay. So, again, not only don't we know when he was around or what he did for sure, we don't know exactly when he gave this prophecy. Because who wrote it, who they wrote it for, when it was written, and when it's supposed to be taking place. Those are all separate issues.
Got it.
Right?
Yeah.
So, just making sure that we don't know any of those things.
Okay.
Is what I'm saying. Okay. Now, he does mention in one of the chapters the destruction of the Egyptian city of Nahum, which is Thebes. And Thebes fell to the Assyrians in 663 BCE.
Okay.
So Nahum must have written it before that. Or I'm sorry, after that.
Right.
After that. Yeah, sorry. That's literally what it says, but my brain, it does opposite sometimes.
Sure.
Okay. Now, it is likely that Nahum prophesied when Nineveh was a mighty city. Okay. And Nineveh was destroyed 50 years after Nahum or Thebes.
Got it.
In 612. Okay.
Yeah.
So he probably maybe would have written this book before the fall of the southern kingdom and after the Assyrians had ransacked the northern kingdom.
Sure.
Okay. So even though the northern kingdom had repented during the time of Jonah, remember him? He was the whale guy, and he was like, no thanks, I don't want a prophet. I don't want to be a prophet, so I'm going to go jump in a lake. And then the people that he jumped in the lake on the boat with, they almost died. And then he was like, fuck me. I guess
but they repented because they weren't exactly Israelites at that point, because they'd already been conquered by the Assyrians. Right. So they had a completely different, like they were basically formerly Israelites. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. Some of them. But they were ruled by a different, like they'd already been conquered by the Assyrians years and years and years and years, hundreds of years prior. Yeah. So, I mean, like there's already a change of who they were. Yeah. But I'm sure they're still were people. Cousin to cousin. Right. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So, again, even though the northern kingdom had repented during the time of Jonah, which was a time of great turmoil in Nineveh, Assyria appeared to revert to their crueler ways years later.
Got it.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Known for their cruelty and the severe mutilation of their victims, which we have talked about before. Yeah. The Assyrians had reached a peak of their violence under the rule of Ashurbanipal.
Okay.
What a pal. Ashurbanipal. He's a pal. Okay. Ashurbanipal. Right. Okay. He ruled around the same time Nahum wrote this book, probably.
Right. Okay? Maybe, probably.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, all of this is just like, sure, if you say so.
Yeah, no, it seems like a lot of conjecture with pretty much everything that we read lately.
Yeah, we're just guessing at this
least point. With the with the main prophets, there was something usually you could tie it in with like a certain time frame because of a king or something else.
Right. And how the other nation reported it from their perspective.
Right. Yeah. But nothing with in these later ones.
And that's why they're minor, because they're like just bits and pieces that were like, and here's some crumbs that we found.
And if we edited it like 200 years later, it's no big deal.
Yeah.
Whatever. It is what it is.
Sure.
It's still mostly there.
It's a footnote at the end of history. No bigs. Sure. Judah would have seen Assyria as a massive threat. Is the thing. Yeah. Okay. And they had wiped out the northern half of the kingdom of Israel. And if Assyria continued to be as formidable an opponent as they were under Tiglath-Pileser and Ashurbanipal, then Judah would be their next victim.
Sure. Okay? Yeah.
But after Ashurbanipal's reign ended, Assyria's power waned, and they ultimately succumbed to
the Babylonians.
That's right.
Yeah.
As predicted in this book.
Yeah.
Okay. This book is a prophet.
Predicted in this book. Okay. All right.
You see where we're going.
Because, again, we can see the political, waves coming at you. Yes. Because it's just how... It's not like it came out of the blue.
The machinations.
You can see this shit. You can see the writing on the wall. So
okay, it wasn't written quite as clearly as, say, Project 2025, which literally you could print out before Trump took presidency and then enacted all of the things that were in Project 2025.
Sure.
But it was still pretty fucking clear.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was a smaller world. You would have known somebody that was like working for somebody that knew that this was a thing that was happening. And at the very least, that was being spread around. Like
they were all cousins.
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, smaller world, but better relations and more talky-talky.
Sure.
I guess. Anyway, with this backdrop of Assyria's dominance and threats, Nahum addresses this book to both Judah and Assyria.
Okay.
Yeah. And this book is seen as kind of a sequel of sorts to Jonah.
Okay.
Which, sure, if you want to think that. Right. Like, I mean, I don't know. Some people say it is, I guess. And I'm like, did it fall later in time? Then does that make it a sequel, or does that make it the next thing that happens?
But if it's going to be a sequel, it needs to have like a subtitle called like The Return of the Whale or something. I mean, come on. Like, you can't just have a sequel that's just a sequel.
Right. All right. So anyway, we had to
just in case there's a weird pause here.
We had to take a great giant pause because our cat decided that she had to dig all the way to the bottom of the box and then dig through the floor. Yeah. And then into the ground and then through to the other side of the planet.
You might even, if you go back like 30 seconds, you might even be able to hear some of the cat litter box digging going on.
It was so ridiculous.
She's like got this whole process that takes like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
In the litter box.
And usually we can just like edit it out because she always does it when we're podcasting.
Actually, we try to talk louder and more like
emphatically.
Solid. Like we try to not let any gaps happen during those time frames.
But this one was so bad.
It was extra.
She was digging hard.
She was.
The scratch was real.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, although Jonah preached to the Ninevites, aka the Assyrians,
right?
Them dudes,
yeah,
and they did repent. Remember?
Jonah. Yeah. Right.
He's like,
but that was the one that was too easy, and it might have been a dream, and like there was all kinds of weird shit with that.
I mean, there was a whale.
There was a whale. Yeah. It's not a trustworthy story.
No. Questionable narration.
Yeah.
They reverted to their evil ways under new leadership.
Sure.
So, Anyway, this sealed their fate as the same as those from Edom, as predicted in the book of Obadiah. Okay. Which I don't think we've read that guy yet.
It doesn't. Yeah, I don't think so.
No. All right. So all of that being said as background of what this book is, the time frame, and who wrote it.
Yeah.
Now we can begin reading.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So Nahum chapter 1. There's only 3.
Oh, okay.
All right. A prophecy concerning Nineveh. The book of the vision of Nahum of Elkoshite.
Okay. Yeah.
Now that's verse 1, but in the Hebrew text, that is the
title thing.
Yeah. I forget what that is called, like the sub something or the whatever. I forget. I don't know. It's a fancy way of saying not verse 1.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So the Lord is a jealous and avenging God. He sure is. The Lord takes vengeance and is filled with wrath.
That is very true. Yes.
High contradiction. I bet that pops up.
We just kind of covered that in the last Contradictions thing we did.
Is he an angry God?
Right.
According to this, yes, fucking yes, he absolutely the fuck is.
Like right out the gate.
Also, I did see a note describing what they mean by jealous. And it was from an apologist, so
of course,
grain of salt.
Yeah.
They don't mean like he's jealous, like, oh my God, you like that God? You like that God more? Stop. I'm the only God. You should only love me. It's that God knows that the only way to salvation is through him. So he's not jealous of the other gods. He's jealous for us.
Jealous for
us.
That doesn't make any sense.
No, because that's literally not what the word jealous means.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so I'm like, you tried hard there, pretzel brain.
Yeah.
I'm going to start calling these people pretzel brains.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, that's not what that word means. That's a different word.
That particular apologist decided that he didn't like the fact that his God was jealous because it sounds,
bad and wrong and mean and
he's like,
ugly.
I'm going to make this sound better by lying.
He just cares about us.
What?
Yeah. I love a good liar.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's jealous, he's avenging, and he takes vengeance, and he's filled with wrath.
Right.
That's what that verse says.
Correct.
Literally.
Yeah.
Those are the words that I just said.
No, I mean, yeah. You read them. They were in the Bible. They were there, right there.
Just one more time. The Lord is a jealous and avenging God. The Lord takes vengeance and is filled with wrath. Now to carry on, the Lord takes vengeance on his foes and vents his wrath against his enemies. The Lord is slow to anger, but great in power. The Lord will not leave the guilty unpunished. His way is there is some fucking fire and brimstone here that people who are evangelical, they gotta be quoting this shit. He wants you to be good. He hates you so fucking much.
I think there are some people in the Bible that would argue with the fact that God is slow to anger. Yeah. Specifically like Aaron's sons and Uzzah.
Yeah.
And that guy that was picking up sticks on Sunday.
Yeah.
That seemed pretty immediate to me.
It did. Yeah. His way is in the whirlwind and the storm, and clouds are the dust of his feet. He rebukes the sea and dries it up. What does the sea ever do to anybody?
Well, there's that Leviathan thing. In there,
yeah. He makes all the rivers run dry. Yeah, he does. Bashan and Carmel wither, and the blossoms of Lebanon fade.
Okay.
He's like, I kill all the things. I fuck all the people over. I kick the planet around. Man, this mountain, I punched it. The mountains, see? Look, Look, I didn't even know this was coming.
Right.
The mountains quake before him,
Yeah,
see?
right.
He punched the fuck out of it.
Right.
And the hills melt away. The earth trembles at his presence, the world and all who live in it. I mean, why do you choose to like this guy?
I don't understand. I don't understand worshiping someone who demands fear.
Yeah.
Like, that's just like, that's crazy.
I say it every week. Never not be afraid.
Right.
And choose this on purpose.
Yeah.
That is why.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Who can withstand his indignation? Apparently nobody, because he's going to kill all of you. Who can endure his fierce anger? Well, he's a god, so nobody. He will kill them all.
Sure, if he wants to.
Sure. His wrath is poured out like fire. The rocks are shattered before him. What a son of a bitch.
There's a lot of destruction happening, like imagery,
This
destructive
is
imagery.
not a nice god. This is not a good god.
No, this is not, yeah. He's not being portrayed very friendly here.
No, he's being portrayed like an old-fashioned, like, you know, the people who came before.
Right.
Like the bad ones with all of the, like,
Fire
child and
brimstone.
human sacrifice
Yeah,
stuff,
right, yeah.
you know? Like the ancient gods, they were always anger and bad.
Sure.
That's what this guy is.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
The Lord is good, a refuge in times of trouble.
I love how they go through all that. And they're like, the Lord is good.
Right? He cares for those who trust in him, but with an overwhelming flood, he will make an end to Nineveh. He will pursue his foes into the realm of darkness.
Oh, my God.
I mean, you know what this sounds like? This sounds like the mother of an abusive dude, right? She's like, he's a good guy. He's so sweet. I mean, he will fuck your shit up and punch the fuck out of you and stab you. But he's really sweet. And I mean, yeah, he doesn't always put the toilet seat down, but he cleans it up and then he punches you for saying anything about it. Like, what the fuck? Jesus Christ, this guy. Whatever they plot against the Lord, he will bring to an end. Trouble will not come a second time.
Because he's going to take care of that shit.
Yeah.
Except for that he does. You remember how he always wiped people out, but then he didn't wipe them out?
Remnant,
Yeah.
la, 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 la.
He's like, I'm going to wipe them all out. They're all going to be gone. They're all gone. But they're not.
They're not.
Yeah.
Except for, you know, I found a couple.
That was like my favorite thing from the early
Yeah, it was
early
like
portions of the Bible.
It would be like one chapter is kill them all, and then the next one was JK, I found a few.
Right.
Right? They will be entangled among thorns and drunk from their wine. They will be consumed like dry stubble.
Well, if you're going to be entangled in thorns, at least it's probably be better to be drunk on your wine. You know?
I mean, I think so.
I would rather be drunk on my wine. If I was entangled in thorns, I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Consumed like dry stubble. There's two notes about that.
Like one who consumes dry stubble.
Whoever that be. I mean, like, what I like is when you shave all your stubble off and then it lands in the sink and then I lick it up because it's dry stubble.
It's
gross. Delicious.
That's really fucking gross.
I consume your dry stubble.
No, wife does not.
Wait, no,
my dry
that is
stubble.
not. No. Yeah, so there's a question about what the fuck that even means.
Yeah, I'm curious myself.
But then I saw another note that said, obviously that means that, dry stubble catches fire and burns real fast.
Is that obvious?
Obviously.
What?
Dry stubble.
What's obvious about that?
So it's consumed by fire.
Okay. Oh, okay.
And I was like.
I don't feel like that's a thing that ever, like, what?
And they were like, clearly.
Was that a thing that people, like, collected for a fire starter?
They will be consumed like dry stubble.
Like, give me that stubble. I'm gonna put it in our collection for fire starter stuff.
I love me a good dry stubble, like I said.
But I feel like that would stink if you used it for a fire. Like, you've burned hair before, right?
Accidentally.
It's not a good smell.
I mean, I've told you the story.
It's actually a fucking horrible smell.
I've told you the story of my burned hair. I think I've told it on here before.
Yeah.
It is not good.
Leaned over a candle.
Yeah. And it was like human flesh kind of thing. Like, Jesus Christ, what? Oh, that's me. I'm on fire.
Right. Yeah.
You just can't beat it, you know? The shit that okay, anyways. From you, Nineveh has come forth. Let me read that again. From you, Nineveh, has one come forth who plots evil against the Lord and devises wicked plans.
Well, if you're going to destroy them all, it sounds like more than just one, but okay.
Yeah. This is what the Lord says.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, every time I see it, I have to go back to that voice, you know?
Right.
Although they have allies and are numerous, they will be destroyed and pass away. Although I have afflicted you, Judah, I will afflict you no more.
It's funny because the people that actually destroy Assyria are the Babylonians.
Right.
So it's not even God.
Right.
And it's not even the Israelites.
They're a tool of the Lord.
It's such a, I don't know.
Measure twice, cut once. You're a tool of the Lord.
Sure, I guess.
I think that should be a song. I'm going to write a song.
Why isn't the tool of the Lord ever in this time frame, it's never the Israelites. The Israelites are never the one that enact the vengeance for God. It's always some random group of people that he doesn't actually like that does the killing of the other group of people that he doesn't actually like. It's like, no, what you're describing here is just fucking war. Like, that's it. It has nothing to do with gods. It's just fucking war.
You want to be a tool.
I like the band Tool.
You're a tool.
I want tools for, working on things.
It's nice when you can find your hammer and your screwdriver. That's a good day.
Those are good days.
Yeah. And like when I'm like, I need a measuring tape. Do we have one of those? And you're like, we do. And then I'm like, do we know where it is? And you're like, I do. That's the best day.
Right.
Okay. Now I will break their yoke from your neck and tear your shackles away. He is so fucking violent.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
He is.
The Lord has given a command concerning you, Nineveh.
Okay.
Pay the fuck attention, Nineveh.
Is it got to do with destruction?
Listen
probably?
up. Listen up.
Okay.
You will have no descendants to bear your name.
Okay.
I will destroy the images and idols that are in the temple of your gods. I will prepare your grave, for you are fucking vile.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
You are fucking vile, he says.
Well, most of that he says.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, your interpretation.
Sure.
You can guess.
Right.
Yeah. So he's like, nobody will remember you kind of thing, except that, he wrote it down. So we do.
In the Bible, yeah.
We do.
Right.
Anyway, this next verse is the last one. And in the Hebrew Bible, it actually is the first verse of the next chapter.
Interesting.
So I'll read it again whenever we do the next chapter, since it's like, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
Okay, so look, they're on the mountains, the feet of one who brings good news, who proclaims peace. Celebrate your festivals, Judah, and fulfill your vows. No more will the wicked invade you. They will be completely destroyed. The end.
Huh.
Yeah.
So that definitely belongs in the next section. It's like the Christian Bible couldn't leave that chapter without a positive note.
Like, this is violent.
Right. Yeah. No, it was like that was a very violent and dark image of what God is.
He's gonna fuck your shit up. But this other country, they're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Keep reading.
Look, there's hope. See, just hang in there. We got this.
Yeah.
It's coming, guys.
Yeah.
He only destroys for one chapter here.
Exactly.
And then it's just minimal disasters after that.
If you just to be continued with us, it'll be fine.
Right. Yeah. God will be good next chapter. Probably. Maybe at least some. A little bit.
You got to stay tuned to find out.
That's right. All right. Well, that was Nahum. Nahum. Chapter 1.
Damn, girl, you looking good.
All right. Well, I think that's all we got for today.
Yeah.
All right. We'll be back soon with Nahum chapter 2.
Yeah.
All right. See you guys then.
Bye. Husband.
Wife.
Do you know what we're doing today?
Well, we are doing, I think, the second episode of, what are we in now?
Nahum.
That's right. So, yeah, we're getting back to it. We had a little bit of a break with, I don't know if anybody caught our special episode that's listening right now.
Our emergency episode.
But, some shit's going down in the government. If you hadn't noticed here in the U.S.
Yeah.
It's not great.
Good.
It's not great.
It's not a good time to be living through American history.
But what you may have noticed is that there are no ads.
Right. And that is on purpose.
We are no longer doing ads on any of our shows. because we don't want our money to inadvertently go to Trump or anybody that is even remotely connected to him.
And we can't field those ads through our platform that we use.
Right. They just get automatically inserted. So we just pulled them all together.
Yeah.
And we're dealing with what we're dealing with. That's why, it's very important that we ask for patron help. And we did in the last episode specifically. And we've had a really, really great response, but we do need more to make up the difference. But we do have a shout out to do today.
We do?
Yes, we do.
Oh my
and
gosh.
we want to send a big thank you to Bill C.
Bill C.
Yeah. Bill C donated on our Patreon platform, became a sustaining member for us.
Aw, thank you, Bill.
And it is so much. I mean, obviously, we just explained why. We just lost all of our advertising revenue.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to make it up somehow because as it was, we were just kind of breaking even. So we're actually reinvesting some of our own money right now to keep this thing going. And we could really use your help. And Bill, thank you so much for your contribution. We really appreciate it.
It means the world to us that you care enough and are able to support us and chose to. So thank you.
Anybody that has talked to us, on a regular basis knows that we don't demand that you keep doing this ever. It's not like it's if you can help, then we appreciate it. But if you can't help, we still appreciate you.
And moreover, if you can't help but want to come hang out with us, whether you can help or not and want to come hang out with us, come visit us for our lives in Discord on Tuesdays at 10 p.m. Eastern.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter if you financially support us or not. It's a great crowd.
It really is.
So if you are wishing that you could donate but can't, but wish you could support us some other way, come hang out with us, man.
Yeah, or just share a post on your social media feed. Yeah. That helps too.
True. That is true.
But Bill, thank you again for your donation. It means the world.
Thank you so much, Bill.
All right. That being said, are you ready to get into Nahum chapter 2?
Fuck yeah, I am.
All right. Let's do this.
Okie dokie. All right. So before I hop into Nahum chapter 2, let us recall that the chapter that we're in actually kind of started at the end of chapter 1.
Right. Yeah, it was weird. I mean, you said it depended on whether you're reading the Christian Bible or
the Hebrew
Bible.
Right. Yeah. So I'm actually going to go back and read that last verse because it kind of goes with this one.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we even felt that at the time, like, that was a dumb place to cut it. It actually does go with the next one because it changed the subject.
Yeah.
So here we go. This is the end of chapter 1, okay?
Uh-huh.
Look, there on the mountains, the feet of one who brings good news, who proclaims peace. Celebrate your festivals, Judah, and fulfill your vows. No more will the wicked invade you. They will be completely destroyed.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, chapter 2.
But I like how it's just the feet. Like, because God's like so large. Apparently, it's just like his feet coming down through the crowd or through the clouds, I mean.
Yeah.
And it's just standing there on the mountain. Like, look, it's feet.
It makes me think of the monkeys. Hey, hey, we're the monkeys. Like, okay, at the beginning when they're walking funny and they're like, here we come walking down the street. You get the funniest looks from everyone you meet. Because their feet are like crossing over each other. I don't know.
Like, there's got to be like 90% of the people that are listening to this going, what the fuck is wife talking about?
I just look up the monkeys.
You're bringing up the Monkeys movie?
No, I don't know.
I haven't seen that in
I thought it was
since
a show.
I was a kid. Maybe it was a show. It was a show, but like, who the fuck watched that?
I don't know.
I mean, I know some people watched it.
It was before our time, but we had no right to see it.
Right, but it was before our time.
I know.
Like,
I know. But look, when you say feet, like, that's all I could think. Like, I'm watching people's feet, right? And they're just crossing over each other.
Sometimes your references, I'm like, where are you pulling this shit from?
But you know what is nice?
What's that?
I always hear from people saying, I love your references, wife. So kindly fuck off.
Sure.
While we're on the topic of me telling husband to fuck off, I did want to address something.
Did you?
Yeah. On 2 separate occasions, I've been told that I either call myself dumb or I call my husband dumb way too often. And so I wanted to take that into consideration, and like two separate people told me, like one said that I call myself dumb too much, and the other one told me that I call husband dumb too much.
Right. So
I'm taking a few things from this, which is that at least I'm calling both of us dumb. You know, so
okay.
like I'm not.
This is what we're taking from it.
No, more than one.
Right,
Let me finish. Like I'm not being any more hateful to you than I am to myself.
Okay.
But
I would.
You beg to differ.
I mean, you know, I was just saying.
But I will say that I shouldn't be mean to myself or to you.
Right.
So
right.
I will try to do better. I don't always take these critiques to heart. Sometimes the critiques are about my language and I'm like, fuck off. But when they are about how I treat people or how I treat myself, that's worth consideration. So thank you for bringing that to my attention.
Yeah.
And I
appreciate it.
Well, the thing is like me and you do like tease each other like we down each other all the time.
Sure.
But this person specifically brought up that even though to us it might be funny, it could come across as sounding verbally or emotionally abusive to people who have been in situations where they might have experienced something that was supposed to be funny, but then later wasn't.
Yeah.
And, you know, that is fair. That is fair. And what's funny to us on our platform might not be funny to people who would otherwise support us. And I just want to take that into consideration. And so I will try to do better. And thank you for caring enough to bring that to our attention.
Key word there is going to be try.
Yeah. I mean, if you just knew how irritating. Okay, never mind. I will say we've been happily married for over 17 years. And even though we like sometimes are like, oh, you're so irritating at each other. It's like when we tease each other or down each other, it's never anything anybody should ever worry about. But you can't be in our house knowing that.
Right.
So, you know, that's why I'm saying this and then saying henceforth, I'll try to do better.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, feet. Yeah. And so you shouldn't make fun of me when I'm saying these silly references. Because I'm trying to do better. You shouldn't tease me.
No, I'm going to tease you.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, no. I mean, you bring up the Monkeys TV show on our podcast, and I'm going to mercilessly tease you.
All right. That's fair. That's fair. All right. Chapter 2. An attacker advances against you, Nineveh. Guard the fortress. Watch the road. Brace yourselves. Marshal all your strength.
Okay.
Oh, they coming.
Yeah.
The Lord will restore the splendor of Jacob like the splendor of Israel, though the destroyers have laid them waste and have ruined their vines.
Well, hold on, though. But when did he restore the glory of Israel?
I don't know. He's going to do it someday. We don't talk about that.
But it's okay.
It's going to happen, apparently. I don't know.
Okay.
He's going to restore the splendor of Jacob like the splendor of Israel. I think it just means he's going to do these things.
Okay.
The way he's going to do one, he's going to do the other.
Got it. Okay.
Like they're the same.
All right.
The splendor of Jacob is the splendor of Israel. And he's been saying, I'm going to do the one, I'm going to do the things.
Okay. All right.
That's my understanding.
Sure.
The shields of the soldiers are red. Ooh,
Okay.
The warriors are clad in scarlet.
I'm assuming this is blood references.
It's got to be, right? Like, how many different ways can we say the color red without saying red? I appreciate it. The metal on the chariots flashes on the day they are made ready. The spears of juniper are brandished.
This is an interesting words. It's
appreciate
really
the poetry in that. Yeah. This is supposed to be one of the most poetic war things out there.
Okay.
And I can see that.
Yeah.
The chariots storm through the streets, rushing back and forth through the squares. They look like flaming torches. They dart about like lightning. Nineveh summons her picked troops, yet they stumble on their way. They dash to the city wall. The protective shield is put in place. The river gates are thrown open, and the palace collapses. It is decreed that Nineveh be exiled and carried away. Her female slaves moan like doves and beat on their breasts. Nineveh is like a pool whose water is draining away. Stop, stop, they cry, but no one turns back.
Yeah.
Plunder the silver, plunder the gold. The supply is endless, the wealth from all its treasures. She is pillaged, plundered, stripped. Hearts melt, knees give way, bodies tremble, every face grows pale.
Wow. That's quite the imagery there.
Yeah, that was really good imagery.
Yeah.
You know, I'm one to criticize, and so I also want to be fair. When something is well written, that was well written.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And these are like ancient people writing this shit.
Right.
You know?
I'm gonna give some credit where it's due there. That was pretty good.
It really was. Where now is the lion's den, the place where they fed their young, where the lion and lioness went, and the cubs with nothing to fear. The lion killed enough for his cubs and strangled the prey for his mate, filling his lairs with the kill and his dens with the prey. That imagery goes to the fact that the Assyrians, their like mascot or whatever was the lion. And so he's like, where your lions now, yo? Y'all ain't like lions now. Y'all get stomped.
This is the Babylonians going in to destroy
Nineveh.
The Assyrian takeover of the northern Israel tribes, right?
Nineveh is being ransacked.
Right, but it's by the Babylonians, I think.
I
believe. And again, I could be wrong too, but I'm pretty sure that's what's happening.
I have one verse left here.
Yeah.
And then I'll go check and see if I can find that real quick in my notes.
Okay.
But this verse is, I believe, again, part of the next chapter.
Okay.
I am against you, declares the Lord Almighty. I will burn up your chariots in smoke, and the sword will devour your young lions. I will leave you no prey on the earth. The voices of your messengers will no longer be heard. The end.
Wow.
Anytime he says, I will burn you, all I could think of is in the Benedict Cumberbatch Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
When Moriarty's walking out of the pool and he says, I'll burn you.
That is a good line, yeah.
I mean, that was the best.
Right. And just, I looked it up too just to see. I didn't want to have to wait too long in case we couldn't find it. But it is the Babylonians that are invading Nineveh, basically. So that is what's happening, which I thought, because we're talking about the time frame is in that right time frame for where the Babylonians started making their presence known after the Assyrians made their presence known, hundreds of years prior.
Right.
So that was where we were leaving off in the last chapter, and so I figure that's where we must have been there.
Yep.
So God is taking somebody else that's not part of His group and making them do the work for Him.
He's using a tool to tool the other tool.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, why can't we? And again, I think I commented on this in the last chapter, but why can't we just call this war? It's fucking war.
Yeah.
Like that's what's happening right now.
Yeah.
But
also, the city was so ransacked that even several generations later, they were not able to find a single bit of gold or silver in any of the findings of the ruins in Nineveh.
Okay.
So, like that part where it said, plunder the gold, plunder the silver, like that.
So it was very plundered.
It was so fucking plundered. If something was ever plundered, Nineveh was the most plundered.
Most plundered.
Of any city ever.
Got it. Yeah, I'll put that as a marker note on the map, on Google Maps, like most plundered.
They didn't even have spoons left.
No spoons?
All their spoons, their candlesticks, they were all gone.
Wow.
Or candlestick holders.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. And the cow jumped over the moon.
Oh, what?
Nothing.
Oh, and the little dog laughed to see such a sport.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You said candlestick maker, and I don't know.
But I said the monkeys, and that was problematic.
I know.
Okay.
I have my own problems over here,
Yeah.
So I get it.
Okay.
You got anything else to go over with this chapter?
Nah, that was it, man.
Okay. Well, it was pretty well written
Yeah.
chapter, actually.
I
got no complaints about it, really.
No, I mean-
as chapters in the book go for minor prophets.
like, I hate that God is such a dick,
Yeah.
you know, killing
Right.
people
Yeah.
and talking about...
Right, but I feel like we've covered that ad
Yeah.
nauseum. You know,
Yeah. I didn't...
God's a dick. He kills people.
I didn't want to leave off without having said that. Like, this
Sure.
was a beautifully written piece of war text.
Right.
Like, let us not forget, though, what the beautifully written piece was
It's still people
actually
dying.
about.
Yeah. And God's
Yeah.
killing people.
Yeah.
Right.
Very well written. Love it, but it's still murder
Yeah.
of thousands.
God murder.
God murder.
Yeah.
So, God approved.
All right. Well, that was Nahum chapter 2, which means that tomorrow or soon we will be back with...
Nahum chapter 3.
All right. We'll see you then.
Nahum. Husband,
Wife.
do you know where we are today?
Well, we just finished with Nahum chapter 2.
We sure as fuck did.
And in that chapter, I realized I didn't summarize chapter 1 last time.
Yeah.
So
you
I
didn't.
suck.
Yeah.
We are so not together right now that I
Yeah.
forgot what I do in the intro.
We forgot our format because it's not
So I
written
apologize.
down. It's not written down anywhere.
Right.
We kind of wing it, but we
Yeah.
have it down until we don't.
Right. So I apologize for not summarizing chapter 1 the last time.
You
But
should. You should be sorry.
so what happened in chapter 2, right?
Yeah.
What happened in chapter 2 was God killed a lot of people poetically.
Is gonna kill a lot of
Gonna
people.
kill a lot of people poetically.
Yeah.
With people who aren't Israelites. They're Babylonians.
The Ninevites, is that correct?
Yeah, well, yeah, he's gonna, Nineveh. He's
Yeah.
gonna destroy Nineveh
Yeah.
with the Babylonians, who don't have anything to do with God.
Yeah.
But apparently, God is directing it.
Right.
So apparently, it does have to do with God. Just he doesn't like those people, but
Right.
then they're gonna destroy each other. I call that war. He calls it poetic God justice.
Right.
So that's where we are with that.
Sure.
So that was I almost said Nineveh chapter 2. That was Nahum chapter 2.
Yeah.
And today we're getting into
Nahum chapter 3.
Before we do though, we have so many people that have been reaching out to us with support from Patreon. Ugh, can't speak. And some of you were supporting us. Some of you I'm still catching up from before we cut our ads.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Well, because we were kind of sporadic with our episodes.
Yeah.
So, but even after it's continued, and I can't thank all of you enough. It still has not recovered what we were making with ads, but
We're getting there.
I appreciate you guys.
No kidding.
It's freaking amazing.
Yeah.
So today I want to thank Michael.
Michael, thank you.
Yeah, Michael became a patron. It was before
Before
we
the
asked
ad
because
drop.
of the ad drops.
Wow.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Michael. We really appreciate your support, and we hope you're really enjoying the podcast. And it never fails to put a smile on our face how people reach out to support us and help us do what we're doing.
Thank you so much, Michael. Honestly, it's just amazing, and it's always shocking.
Yeah.
And it's never not a surprise.
I can't
you
describe.
like us and you want to throw a couple bucks our way?
Right. I can't describe what it's like to sit here in our dining room doing our podcast and like, hey, we got a new supporter.
What?
It's like the coolest feeling in the world. I wish I want to thank you, every one of you. So
Yes.
That's
yes.
it. So anyway, today we're doing Nahum chapter 3.
Yes.
And are you ready to do this?
I sure as fuck am.
Let's do it.
Okie dokie. All right, let's get into this. Nahum.
All right, let's do it.
Before,
wait! Before we get into it, I did want to say one thing.
What?
I wanted to reiterate that we only do the shout outs during regular episodes. So it's going to be after the run of special episodes before we pick back up
Yes.
with the Patreon shout outs again.
With the just chapter whatever.
I wanted to just mention that because we're not skipping the Patreon shout outs.
No, we're not.
It's going to be when we get into the next book when we do them again.
We just want to make sure that everybody has an opportunity to be heard as much as possible, and people are more inclined to listen to the chapter readings
Yes.
than the extras and the specials and whatever.
Yeah. And I don't want somebody to feel slighted and be like, I
Yeah.
only got a Q&A.
Yeah.
Or something like
exactly.
that, you know, whatever.
Yeah. Everybody gets a chapter.
Right.
Everybody
right.
gets a chapter to themselves.
Yeah. And just think of it this way. The next person gets the first chapter of the next book.
Oh my God. Stop, because now not
But
everybody can have the first chapter. Why would you do that?
They're all equally shitty. So there you go.
I think that I could not have said it better.
Right, yeah.
Oh, okay, listen.
Yeah.
Listen.
I'm listening.
Listen, you mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're about to read chapter 3, but remember how the last verse of chapter 2 is like the beginning of chapter 3?
Yeah, they like to do that a lot.
I know, because them Christians came along and cut it up different.
Right.
They were like, you Hebrews did it wrong. Here, let me help you with that.
You need to put a teaser in at the end.
Yeah.
That way they keep going.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, they were doing it all the way back then. Jesus. All right. So I'm reading the last verse of chapter 2.
Okay.
Before I start chapter 3.
Right.
Okay. I'm against you. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you are. I don't know. Declares the Lord Almighty.
Okay.
I will burn up your chariots in smoke, and the sword will devour your young lions. I will leave you no prey on the earth.
Mm.
The voices of your messengers will no longer be heard.
This is in regards to Nineveh, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
He's like, I'm done with yous, and I'm fucking your shit up.
Yeah.
And you will live to regret it. But no, you won't, because you'll all be wiped out.
Yeah.
Which kind of happened-ish.
Sure.
I mean, Nineveh went down.
Right.
Well, I've already started compiling info for the wrap up, and I'm going to have some shit to say about Nineveh. Okay?
Got it.
Yeah, that city went down.
Did it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Like fire and brimstone kind of shit, you know?
Got it.
Yeah. All right, but let's start chapter 3 now. Ready?
Sure.
All right. Whoa! To the city of blood.
The city of blood.
Yeah.
Damn.
In other translations, it's the bloody city.
Mm.
Yeah, I told you this city
Yeah,
went
no,
down.
it said that's yeah.
Full of lies, full of plunder, never without victims. You fucks.
Mm. Okay.
The crack of whips, the clatter of wheels, galloping horses, and jolting chariots. So we have more of this wonderful imagery,
Right.
honestly.
These people were really pissed off. Like the poetry itself is like they're so pissed off. They're like, this is so glorious. I want to write poems about it.
I know. It's like the bard that's like, and there was a rape and there was death. There was all kinds of bad shit.
Right.
Fire, 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 and you lost your home. What?
I love it when they do that with like the what do you call them? The bards.
That's what I said.
Yeah, no, I know. That's all.
Yeah.
Like, there's lots of shows, but like the first one that I ever recall that being the case was Monty Python and the Holy Grail. It's the first one that I was ever exposed to.
Yeah.
Which
yeah.
I loved.
Good stuff.
That.
Good
Yeah.
stuff. All right. Charging cavalry, flashing swords, and glittering spears! Exclamation point.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
I mean, many casualties.
Right. Lots of spears.
Piles of bodies.
Dead things.
Piles of dead.
Blood.
Bodies without number.
Lots of blood.
People stumbling over the corpses. I'm reading here.
Oh, okay.
I'm not making shit up.
I got you.
I'm going to read it again because you were like,
No, yeah.
being
I thought you were
ridiculous.
just commenting.
yeah, no, I'm actually reading. I was like, you can stop now. I'm reading. Okay. Many casualties, piles of dead, bodies without number, people stumbling over the corpses.
Jesus Christ.
All because of the wanton lust of a prostitute, alluring the mistress of sorceries who enslaved nations by her prostitution and peoples by her witchcraft. I had a note about that.
Yeah, I'm
It's
interested
the
in what
same,
that means.
It's the same thing it always is when you call a city a harlot or a prostitute.
Okay.
It means the same thing that it always has. That
It was a sinful city. They cherish money over stuff.
But even worse than all of the sins that they did, they worshipped other gods.
Oh, okay. I see. So he sends other people that worship other gods to kill the people that are worshiping other gods?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That
That's what it always
tracks.
is.
That totally tracks.
With the enslaving nations by her prostitution and peoples by her witchcraft.
Right.
So not only are they worshiping other gods besides him and engaging in these pagan rites or whatever, a share pole nonsense, but also like lots of murderous yuckiness.
Yeah.
They're also leading other cities to these ways.
Got it.
So they're spreading the badness.
They're shitty behavior influencers.
I mean, okay, I just have to say, Nineveh is like the capital of the Assyrian Empire.
Yeah.
And it was bad. They were bad.
Were they?
I'm gonna tell you some stuff.
They were talking about the way that they would
the cruelty and the barbarism.
Yeah.
Barbers cut
Barbaric
hair.
behavior.
Barbaric. That's the word.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brutality. Yes.
Yes.
They were horrible. Okay.
Sure. There's been some, they've alluded to that in the past. So.
Yes. No, they've more than alluded. They've straight up said.
Well, yeah.
So we're going to get into that. But these are not like, we're judging this city, but it's only from one perspective.
Right.
No, this is actual history that we're talking about. These people were this way.
Got it.
And it's not good. And we don't necessarily have to like have all this pity for them.
Sure. No, I get it. It's not that I have pity for them. It's that I have disdain for the way that it's said to be handled by God.
Sure.
Insofar as he's sending one godless tribe against another godless tribe to fight a war when that doesn't actually make any sense.
And we're reporting on it from the outside just because we're like, yeah, you're getting yours.
And saying it's God. Like that's what people say. They're like, this is God.
Now let me say this about that. Okay?
Yeah.
So they've been harassed and hurt by the Assyrians.
Okay.
So part of what this book as a whole is not just a prophecy. It's also a celebration of the fall of this empire that has been harming them.
That makes sense.
So that's why they're singing the praises and the poetry and the bardship of what's happening, because they are appreciating it. So, and to celebrate it, they have to attribute it to God. That
would actually kind of lean into our theory of Jeremiah being a double agent.
Yes.
Because if they celebrated this, right, the fall of Assyria, and the Babylonians were the ones that did it.
Yeah.
Then there was probably quite a few people that were like, they're not so bad. You know, like they are, right?
Exactly. Like comparatively speaking.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
totally.
And then I know later that they kind of adopted some of their practices and stuff into.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it was kind of a blending of cultures instead of a, just straight up massacre and enslaving of people.
Right. Right.
So,
let's also not forget that during this time period when so many people were exported and exiled to various locations because they did mass deportations.
Yeah.
This is the same time period when we get the beginning of the lost tribes of Israel.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, yeah, because the Assyrians essentially ended the 12 tribes because they conquered the northern Israeli states.
Yes.
So
I mean, there's a lot politically going on here.
Right.
So it makes sense from okay, to us it's like y'all talking about God making these other people over there beat up those other people over there, and neither of them have to do with you. But from their perspective, they're like, there is a lot going on. Our peoples have gravely suffered under the oppression of these two nations, and the lesser of the two evils is beating the fuck out of the one, and I am here for it.
Right.
So, I mean, like reading the notes that I read really helped make me understand it a little better and made me have a little bit more like, all right, I'll let you have it.
It's probably a little like the people that didn't have any care about who won the Super Bowl. But they're like, well, the Chiefs, they've won 2 Super Bowls in a row. So, and that was kind of, they're like, well, we're going to have fun watching the Eagles just beat up on them because, that's fun. No.
I really didn't like that analogy. Because,
that was not
okay.
good.
Here's the thing.
Especially there's so much, there's a lot less blood in the Super Bowl.
Well, it wasn't that you compared it to the Super Bowl. I didn't have a problem with that analogy.
Oh, okay. All right.
The problem that I had was that I still have left over. The only team that exists is the Cowboys, right? So from my childhood, that's the only team that there was football-wise. And one of the enemies of the Dallas Cowboys is the Eagles.
Right.
So when I knew that they were going to the Super Bowl, like I had seen that and I was like, well, I don't know who's, like literally the day of the Super Bowl, I was like, I don't even know who else is going to the Super Bowl, but I have to cheer for them automatically because I can't cheer for the Eagles.
Sure.
And like, I hate that, that's just a part of my upbringing. I don't even really care about football that much, honestly.
Right.
But my first inclination is to say, go Cowboys and, fuck the Eagles and the Bears. And there's a couple others that also, we hate them too.
Sure.
But then it's like, it's the Chiefs and it's like, I mean, yeah, I'll go for the Chiefs. It's just that, like, they've already won 2 Super Bowls, as you pointed out. Right. And also Taylor Swift. And also...
But you like Taylor Swift.
I know. I do. I love Taylor Swift. I'm a total... I wouldn't say I'm a Swiftie because I don't know enough of her songs and her lyrics and her videos and stuff. Right. Like, I'm a fan, not a fanatic. But my point is, like, so everybody was going for the Chiefs.
Right.
And it was like, oh.
Yeah. It kind of felt that way. They were like, they're going to get their three-peat or whatever.
And then you made the comment, they played so badly that it almost seemed like Elon Musk must have bought them.
Right. Yeah.
To make them lose.
Yeah. Just to go against Taylor Swift or something.
Right? I mean, I could see that. I could totally see that.
Yeah.
And honestly, I mean, they did a poor showing.
Oh, they did.
And
they did.
It was very out of character.
Well, I don't watch a whole lot of football. I don't know that I know that it's out of character, but obviously they were in the Super Bowl, so it probably had to be out of character.
I mean, I only know that from having heard.
Right.
Everybody was like, that they played very out of character.
Right, right.
Like, that made no sense.
Yeah.
So anyway, back to Nineveh. Getting the fuck beat out of it. Right?
Yeah.
Many casualties, piles of bodies without number, people stumbling over the corpses, all because of the wanton lust of a prostitute, alluring the mistress of sorceries. That's the name of my next book. Who enslaved nations by her prostitution and peoples by her witchcraft.
If we go back through our podcast, you have a lot of next books.
Yeah, well, fuck off.
I'm just saying.
I am against you, declares the Lord Almighty.
Ah, okay.
I said Lord Almighty. Like, literally, that is what my mouth wanted to say. I'm against you, declares the Lord Almighty. I will lift your skirts over your face. I will show the nations your nakedness and the kingdoms your shame.
Okay.
It's the embarrassingness.
Yeah,
I get it. You should always be ashamed of your genitals.
Right.
You should never be fine with whatever crotch you have.
Right.
Always be embarrassed and feel shame for having a pee hole.
Well, shit, they started wars in the past for just cutting somebody's beard off, so.
I mean, right?
Yeah.
I will pelt you with filth. I will treat you with contempt and make you a spectacle. All who see you will flee from you and say, Nineveh's in ruins. Who will mourn for her?
There's a lot of, mocking that happens in the Bible.
They didn't have Twitter.
No, I know, but I'm like, does God really mock these cultures? Like, is that the response that this God does?
Yeah.
He is a mocking God?
Well, he's not mocking. He's saying that lots of people gonna laugh at you.
Right, but he seems to be okay with it. And he's he's reveling in the fact that they're going to be mocked. Mm-hmm. Right? So,
yeah, because God is man-made and man mocks. And that's why he made Twitter.
That's what I'm getting at. I'm like,
it's not very goddish.
It's not very goddish. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not very godlike behavior.
Right.
To be honest, TBH. You don't seem very godly, TBH.
I don't know that I know the what a god should be because we don't have any examples.
But I know what he shouldn't be.
Well,
and it's Twitter.
He
shouldn't act like Twitter.
Right. If you're that powerful, I just don't feel like there's any need to be petty.
Like, you have everything. There should be no nanny boo-boo in you.
Right.
And certainly no stick your head in doo-doo.
Yeah, especially if you're the one that created it all.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me.
No.
Whatever.
It's childish.
Right. Yeah.
It's almost like toxic masculinity at its worst.
Right.
Like, oh, God's an incel. Oh, he's so cute. Anyway, Nineveh's in ruins. Who will mourn for her? Where can I find anyone to comfort you? You can't.
No.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nineveh's fucked.
Yeah.
Okay?
It's
going down.
I hear that.
Are you better than Thebes, situated on the Nile with water around her? He's like, remember what happened to that city? It went down also.
I see.
Hard.
Okay.
And let us not forget that Thebes is, hold on. It's Ammon something. It's Noamon or something like that.
Okay.
I'm trying to find it in my notes.
It's a different name for the city at some point or something?
Well, our translation goes ahead and translates it for us.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
To Thebes.
Ah.
But it's not that way in the Hebrew. And
got it.
I could take a minute here and scroll through my notes.
Right.
But you get annoyed when I do that.
Well, I mean, we
editing.
can't cut out the whole thing.
I know.
Just, yeah.
So, Thebes.
Got it.
And it's Ammon something, like Noamon or Ammon No.
Got it.
Monorail.
I'm trying to look it up here to see if it's Noamon.
Noamon. Oh my God.
Yeah, you had it.
I'm so amazing.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I remembered a thing, you guys. It's kind of cool. Okay, so are you better than Noamon, a.k.a. Thebes, a.k.a. like that one city over there that was big? Situated on the Nile with water around her?
Just to throw in another small fact here, it actually translates to the city of Ammon, and it's referring to the Egyptian god Ammon who was worshipped there.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. It was like a capital for a while.
Right.
It was like a big deal.
Yeah.
And so that city went down. So he's saying, like, you think so big of yourself, you stupid Nineveh. The river was her defense. The water's her wall. Cush, which is, there's a footnote, it's Upper Egypt.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
Cush and Egypt were her boundless strength. Put and Libya were among her allies.
Okay.
Yet she was taken captive and went into exile. Her infants, were dashed to pieces at every street corner. Why? Why do we have to do this? Why?
That's, yeah.
Like, I always forget that the Bible should come with trigger warnings.
Right.
And like, I'm not currently mentally at a place where I can be reading shit about that kind of thing.
Right.
So, not cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, lots were cast for her nobles, and all her great men were put in chains. You too will become drunk. You will go into hiding and seek refuge from the enemy. So he's just like, that city got fucked and you're getting fucked too.
Right.
So you're not any more special than that city was.
Yeah.
All your fortresses are like fig trees with their first ripe fruit. When they are shaken, the figs fall into the mouth of the eater, but not stirred. Shaken, but not stirred. Look at your troops. God, they're weaklings. Oh my God. The gates of your land are wide open to your enemies. Jeezy. Fire has consumed the bars of your gates. Oh. Draw water for the siege. Strengthen your defenses. Work the clay. Tread the mortar. Repair the brickwork. He's saying,
So if you're going to be destroyed anyway.
No.
Okay.
It's sarcasm. He's saying, go to the effort. Do it.
Okay.
Come on.
All right.
Come on. They're coming. Go ahead. Put your pants on.
Got it.
So it's sarcasm. Okay.
It's a mocking challenge.
Yes, a mocking challenge.
Right.
Yes, that is what sarcasm is generally.
Right.
Yeah. There the fire will consume you. The sword will cut you down. They will devour you like a swarm of locusts. Remember, there was so many references to locusts for a while because there were so many locust swarms.
Yes.
That it was a big deal.
Yeah.
And so when they say devour you like a swarm of locusts, like that's not just dismissive, like bees are going to sting you because I know that bee stings are yucky.
Locusts were a real problem
back then. Yeah. So, I mean, that's a real comparison of harm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Multiply like grasshoppers, multiply like locusts. You have increased the number of your merchants till they are more numerous than the stars in the sky. But like locusts, they strip the land and then fly away. Yeah, capitalism sucks. It's almost like we shouldn't have a fully capitalist society, right?
It's funny how they're commenting on this back then when, I mean, that was so minor compared to what is happening to the world today. You know? And
they had feelings about capitalism, though.
Right, yeah. No,
it's almost like Christians should read the Bible. They might learn some things, right?
They definitely could.
They should listen to me read it because I would make it amusing, as I do.
Well, and we sit here and we're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like that, did people read this shit? Because it doesn't make sense if they do.
Right.
Why do they think the things they think?
Because they didn't read their Bible.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Your guards are like locusts. Your officials are like swarms of locusts that settle in the walls on a cold day. So, like, on a cold day, they're going to settle on the wall so they, like, are quiet. They're just sitting there.
Right.
Okay? But when the sun appears, they fly away and no one knows where. So, like, on a cold day, like, they just swarm in, right? And then they sit. Right.
I was thinking more like they swarm again when it's warmer out.
Yeah.
Not fly away and not be found.
Well, you don't know where it went. Like, they're everywhere and you can't find them.
But aren't they the big cloud that's consuming everything?
Yeah, but also you never know where they're going to hit you next. Is the thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, it's another way of saying they leave the land barren.
Got it.
Yeah. Like, it's so many different levels of meaning.
Yeah.
King of Assyria, your shepherds slumber. And just a note here, often when they say shepherds, they mean leaders of the city.
Right. People responsible for watching
leaders.
out for their well-being and what have you.
Yes. Yeah. A shepherd leads his flock, right? Yeah. King of Assyria, your shepherds, leaders slumber. Your nobles lie down to rest. Your people are scattered on the mountains with no one to gather them. Nothing can heal you. Your wound is fatal. All who hear the news about you clap their hands at your fall.
Oh, wow.
For who has not felt your endless cruelty? The end. Yeah.
They got what was coming to them, apparently.
Yeah.
Like that's what it sounds like.
Don't start none, won't be none. Fuck around and find out. Yeah.
But I have trouble. Like, even though I know that these people were not like the best people on the planet, right?
They were actually the worst people on the planet.
Right, but the punishment that they're talking about also involves dashing children against walls.
No. Okay, so these people were the ones who dashed infants against the walls, as the other city did.
Okay.
Thebes.
All right.
And so, like, they did that kind of thing.
Got it.
And so, yes, it's not good that they're saying, and now it's coming back to you, more of it.
Right.
Obviously, that's not nice. But, okay, I sound like I'm defending throwing babies against a wall, and that's not what I'm trying to do here at all.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I was very disturbed by it.
Yes.
So that is not a thing that I want.
Right.
But what's happening is Thebes used to do this, and now Nineveh is doing this, and that was the comparison that was made.
Got it.
And
you are right. The Assyrians did conquer Thebes in 7th century BCE, so that had to be what they were referring to, probably.
Yeah. So, I mean, all that was in my notes.
Right. No, I just wanted to make sure that we were talking about the correct things. So
yeah. So, so he's saying that y'all did all this nasty shit, and now all this nasty shit is being done to you, and y'all invited this. You invited this evil in. You made this happen to yourself, and I got my popcorn. I'm here for it.
Sure.
And I mean, should we like this kind of retribution? No. But can we understand it when we're watching people who have just had oppression, harmful oppression? And like, I will get into this more in the wrap up.
I mean, it's fine to, I think that at some level, it's, understandable the reaction people would have because of how they treated other people, right? Mm-hmm. But at the same time, there are in both cultures, in all cultures, just people living their lives.
Yes.
So like that's why I still feel for what's happening to anybody, because it's not about the people that are making the bread or, planting the seeds or whatever. It's about,
yes,
the people that are in
no.
charge of making the war happen.
Yes and no. I'm going to push back a little bit, because this culture did not view their children the same way that we did, or that even the Israelites did.
Sure.
So they were not like warm and fuzzy with their babies. They were themselves sacrificing their children.
Right.
And treating them as slaves and, selling them and stuff like that. Like, they were just not good people.
Okay.
So, I mean, I don't want to like stereotype an entire like civilization who isn't even alive today to defend itself.
Right.
But I do want to say that there are records that show what these people were like.
Right. Right.
And I'll get into the records even of it in the wrap up.
Sure.
That's like a big part of my notes.
Yeah.
For that.
Okay.
So they just were not good.
Sure. But I mean, it's there's I think that we're getting a one-sided view though too.
No, we're not.
Okay.
We actually have historical records from various other sources that are in museums around the world today.
I got it.
To support this, their cruelty and their brutality.
All right. They also contributed a lot to the advancement of the world and society and things like that, too.
I will get into that as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I just didn't want to leave that part out, because there is some positive things that came out of that culture overall, too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, definitely.
And look, we're not living through those times, so we don't have to judge harshly, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I don't know
no,
how.
I understand. Like, it's hard to know like where we're coming from, and you're right. I don't want to leave that out. But also, we're trying to understand the book of Nahum, and like, why is he like,
right?
Jesus Christ, this is like over the top. And so you have to describe the cruelty and how horrible these people were if you're trying to understand why the book of Nahum is written the way it's written.
I get it. I just don't like to leave the entire impression of a culture being one thing when it's many things.
Sure.
That's all.
Sure.
That's all I'm saying.
No, that's fair. That's very fair. And I appreciate you saying that, because that is something that's in my notes, but it's not it's not like the larger part of my notes.
It's not relevant necessarily to the biblical text that we're reading.
Currently.
Right.
Right. Now, we have talked about that civilization before.
Sure.
And we did talk more about their contributions to the world.
Right.
In previous
books.
Episodes.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But this is just not one of them. I mean, for one thing, this is only 3 chapters.
Yeah.
And it's a minor prophet. And, we're towards the end of the fucking Old Testament.
Yeah.
And we're rehashing old material and reliving stuff that we've already been through.
Right.
So.
Yeah. There's only so much you can say at some points for some of these.
Right. But it was fair. I appreciate you pointing out, yeah, they were more than one thing.
Right.
They were smart and evil.
Sure. I would like to go back and revisit the history of the Bible at some point after we're done. Like, if when we get to the other side of the Bible, we're going to still do stuff.
Yeah.
And going over the history would be something that I would want to go back into.
No, definitely.
Like, literally, like the historical cultures and things, like, just kind of go into them more.
I keep saying that I want to get back into the Asimov book.
Yeah.
Because we're far enough along that we are
We've
no
caught
longer.
up.
Yeah, we're no longer gonna catch up to ourselves in the Asimov book and get ahead of where we are in the Bible.
Right.
And I know that a fan named Conrad would particularly appreciate that as well. So,
Right.
yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah, definitely. Do you have anything else for Nahum today?
Damn! No, I do not.
All right. Well, that is it for Nahum.
Mm-hmm.
And that means that we've got some special episodes coming up, which would be our...
We've got our
Q&A?
Wrap up.
Q&A/wrap up.
Yeah.
And our Contradictions episode.
You're always wrong. And along with the pop quiz.
Right. And then I'll get the weekly replay out. And then we'll be going... Do you know what the next book of the Bible is?
It is Habakkuk.
Habakkuk. Okay.
Habakkuk.
Well, we'll...
I do want to say one thing, which this week's live episode on Discord is up in the air at the moment.
It is.
I'm helping out a family of mine this week. A family of mine, a friend of mine. I'm helping out a friend of mine has a family member in the hospital, and I might not be home to do the live.
Right.
So we're kind of playing it by ear and being flexible and trying to record a little bit ahead. And if I'm able to be here to do the live, I will. They're usually now Tuesdays
at
10 p.m. Eastern on Discord.
That is right.
So we'll see.
But join Discord anyway.
Yeah.
So you can catch the next one even if we don't do one.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. And usually people are there just hanging out.
Yeah.
Even when we don't.
I mean,
even when we have to cancel out.
Right.
They usually show up and are like,
are they coming? They're going to be here?
But hi, though.
Right.
So, yeah.
All right. So that's all you got then?
That is all I got.
All right. Well, we will see you next time.
Bye. Husband.
Wife.
Guess what we're doing today?
Well, we are wrapping up Nahum.
Nahum.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, we are.
So this was a short book.
It was.
Yeah. And
but it was pretty meaty.
And there was some good poesy in it.
Yes.
You know, it was all right. Like as far as books go, this one I didn't love it because it's still God killing people.
Right.
But it wasn't the worst one we've read.
No, the writing actually helped me not hate it as much.
Yeah.
Because I can get down with good writing.
Like, look how pretty this mass murder is. It's amazing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great stuff.
Sure.
So before we get into it, I just want to say one thing here.
Mm-hmm.
I just want everybody to know, that's part of our base out there, that Google has capitulated to calling the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America.
And this is bullshit because the United States of America has no authority to just willy-nilly decide to rename entire bodies of water.
There's a whole other world of people out there that still want to call that probably the Gulf of Mexico if I had to. I mean, unless they're capitulating also to Trump.
Well, Trump's executive order means nothing on the world stage.
Yeah.
So, protest.
Yeah, protest. I actually uninstalled Google Maps, and it sucks, and I fucking hate it. But I'm using MapQuest because they still say Gulf of Mexico.
I actually contacted Google Maps customer whatever. Right. And I left a strongly worded message that basically called them cowards and challenged them to do better. Like, you are big enough to stand up to this, and if you don't, how am I supposed to feel as just one small person? Yeah. Yeah. Well, I at the very least for the next, I guess, 3.5 years, I'm going to suffer through with MapQuest unless Google decides to change back. So Google won't be getting my map data. Anyway, that's a whole other political side of things that I didn't really want to go into, but it just was very much on my mind today. It's so stupid, but it's also like, how dare? Yeah. So anyway, Nahum. Nahum. Yeah. Is this gonna be good stuff? I think so. All right. Yeah. Well, let's get into it. Okie dokie. All right. Let's talk about Nahum. 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 Damn. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
All right.
So he was a prophet guy, but a minor one, right?
He was, yeah.
In like the 600s of the BCEs, somewhere in there. Kind of, maybe.
No, this was closer to I thought this was closer. Oh, yeah. No, you're right. I'm sorry. I'm still lost in the last one. So yes, you're right. 600 because it was close to the Babylonian exile time. So yes.
Okay.
Sorry. Continue.
So he came from a small village, as we said. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
On the banks of the Tigris, known as El-Kosh.
Okay.
Okay. And it said that in the first verse.
Yeah.
So we've already been over this a little bit.
Right.
The original text was written in biblical Hebrew.
Okay.
So that's what that is.
Sure.
And his name, just as a reminder, means comforter. And he was not very comforting to me,
he did
but
put
he was
poesy to the murder. So I guess that as far as talking about being mass murdered, if there's poetry with it, it's a little bit more comforting than if you're just like, I'm going to kill you.
Well, he was comforting to his people.
Right.
Saying,
not others.
Those fucks over there, they gonna get it.
Right.
And that was a form of comfort.
Yeah.
All right, now we are going to get into something that is a little bit confusing because it involves time frames, which is not my forte. And we literally had to get out a piece of paper to write this shit down.
Yes.
Because I could not follow. So, okay. So the setting of Nahum as a prophet is separate from when the creation of the book.
Right.
Or when we're saying, okay, so there's like all these different things. There's, first of all, was Nahum a real dude? Let's say he was. When did he actually walk around? And when are we saying he walked around? And then there's like, when did he actually write the book? If he actually wrote the book, and when are we saying he wrote the book? And if somebody else wrote the book in his place, when did they write it? And what time period are they trying to portray?
Sure.
So there's like all these
what time period are they writing it from?
Yeah.
Right.
So there's just all these different questions, right?
Yeah.
And it gets really confusing when you don't have anything to go by.
Right.
But he does mention some events that let us kind of narrow it down a little bit, kind of.
Yeah.
Okay. So the setting for him as a prophet walking around, okay, was between 663 BCE and 612. 663 being when Thebes was sacked by the Assyrians.
Right.
And then when Nineveh was sacked by the Babylonians in 612.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he mentions Thebes as he's talking about the coming doom of Nineveh.
Yeah. So obviously that was something that was in his memery, right? Like seems like that was something that he was able to recall. Thebes was in his memory. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So, so it definitely happened after Thebes. Okay.
Okay.
Now, historians are trying to say that he was writing during that time period and just foretelling Nineveh. You know how I feel about that, but
the destruction of Nineveh in 612.
Yes.
Right.
But
Which we've talked about this in other books too, where I feel like that kind of stuff is easy to foresee because the armies, I mean, they don't move fast. They're slowly coming at you. So that stuff would be something that would be easy to foresee. But you pointed out something about the specificity of what was said about the attack on Nineveh.
Well, I mean, on the one hand, if he is reading the political winds, it doesn't take a fucking rocket science to see that this shit is about to go down.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So, yeah, okay. Under those circumstances, sure, he could have written this before Nineveh fell.
Right.
But as you pointed out, with the specificity of him describing the scene, it seems more likely that he wrote it after Nineveh fell, in my opinion.
Yeah, or it was revised later in another time period.
Yes.
So
and that gets into this whole long time period of when we're saying that the book was put together, which was anywhere from between when Noamon, which is Thebes, fell in 663 BCE, all the way past Nineveh falling, all the way past a bunch of other shit that happened.
Yeah.
All the way up into shit we haven't even read about yet in the Maccabean period, which is 175 to 165 BC.
We did touch on it in one book, but it was just a little bit of a reference. So.
Yeah, it's like we almost got there, and then we had to go back and do all these fucking minor prophets and rehash old news.
And that would, like, if I had to take my best educated guess as to what transpired, it would be something along the lines of there were probably writings from that time frame from Nahum or whatever, and then it got translated as they wanted it to be when they revised it later around the time of the Maccabeans. So that would be my best guess.
Yeah, because I mean, the time of the Maccabeans, from what I understand, is when they were trying to like gird their loins and get back together.
Yeah, they were pumping up the team. You know,
so they wanted to like have all these writings that were like, "We're awesome! Look how stand together,
right.
United we stand."
And God took care of our enemies. See, look, he did that.
So yeah, cool. Okay, so Nahum would have been running around spouting off his message sometime between these two events, hypothetically.
Yeah.
But then the book got put together later.
Right. And it's hard to tell exactly when it was all specifically written because of certain historical context.
Exactly. So getting past that, whenever it was written, this whole fucking 663 year period.
Right.
Okay. 600 years or so.
400-year period. But
okay, whatever. It's a lot of years.
Right.
It's centuries we're talking.
Or I'm sorry, 500.
Yeah.
500.
It's centuries, though.
Yeah.
So sometime during that...
Which is why I would say there was probably something written. Yeah. It just probably maybe got revised later on.
Sure. So sometime while that's all happening, the book itself, he's addressing it to both Judah and Assyria.
Sure.
Okay? And the book's principal theme is about the destruction of the Assyrian city of Nineveh, which was founded, let us not ever forget, by the first world dictator, Nimrod. Okay? So, good old Nimrod.
Was it really? Mm-hmm. Okay, I think we touched on that.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
That was stated back in Genesis chapter 10, verse 11.
I just, whenever we talk about Nimrod, I mean, other than I know he's a great hunter is what it meant. Yeah. But I always associate it with the fall of the Babylonian Tower. Because there was something involving him with regard to that too.
Right.
So.
Yeah. So Nineveh was the capital of the great and flourishing Assyrian Empire at that time.
Okay.
And it was a city of vast extent. It was the center of the civilization and commerce of the world.
Yeah. And as we kind of touched, we talked about this a little bit in the last episode, but they were very they were very shitty, but they were also very advanced with regard to technology for that time period.
Yes. Yes. And I'm going to say a little bit about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Nineveh was destroyed by fire around 625 BCE, and then the Assyrian Empire came to an end, thus changing the face of Asia. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like, it was a big deal. But there's some question, like, it got destroyed by fire, but there was also questions about it being flooded at the same time. Right. And that's kind of mentioned, open the gates because... open the gates to let the water through is one of the verses in there.
Yeah.
Because of it, where it's situated right on the Tigris.
Sure.
And they had aqueducts.
Okay.
And so there was this little allusion to a story that I read. Not the story itself, but the thing I read was alluding to this other story.
Yeah.
About how the king was burning everything because he's like, I'll destroy it before I let you have it kind of thing.
Yeah.
So he was destroying all of his shit. Okay.
Okay.
All his cloth and robes and stuff. Right. And so, as that may be part of why it was burning, but as it's burning and people are like seeing fire, they're also letting the water in.
Yeah.
So, that it's interesting that like it got flooded and burned.
Yeah, no, that is very interesting.
Right? It's renowned for having been burned down, but there are stories about it having also been flooded.
Right.
So
there was it also occurs to me that when we were talking about the Babylonian exile, that they actually captured Babylon with a similar method, like the water entering the city.
Yes.
That was a thing then too. So if we're talking about this like being a revisionist history type thing, it might be like a mixture of two events. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's always a possibility as well, because a lot of things get, they're not exactly the correct information always, because it's people taking the story here from there and putting them together.
Exactly. So, however it got destroyed, fire or water or a bit of both is just so interesting to me.
Yeah.
It did change the face of Asia. It was a big fucking deal.
Of Asia?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, this is like the Middle East that we're talking about. So Asia would have been quite a big area that would have changed.
I know.
Okay.
But let us not forget, this was the capital not just of Assyria, of the Assyrian Empire.
Yeah.
It was the capital basically of the world. It was the hub.
Okay.
So when it fell, different empires were moving around, able to do some more moving and shaking.
Got it.
Okay.
All right.
So archaeological digs have uncovered the splendor of Nineveh in its zenith. Massive walls were 8 miles in circumference.
Wow.
Yeah. It had a water aqueduct, palaces, like hundreds of palaces.
Huh.
Hundreds of towers.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It
Must
was
have been quite a
huge.
sight.
Yeah. It had a library with 20,000 clay tablets.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
They were quite advanced.
They were. Yeah. Including accounts of a creation story in Enuma Elish, which I'll tell you what that is in a minute.
Okay.
And a flood in the Epic of Gilgamesh.
Right.
So they had both of these creation myths in their library.
Huh.
Okay. Enuma Elish is a Babylonian creation myth. So they had a Babylonian creation story in their Assyrian library.
Yeah.
Like, let me just explain to you how awesome that is. Like, I belong to a library system in Ohio, okay? The Dayton Metro Library.
Yeah.
And it is fucking awesome. But it doesn't always have access to things that I want. So I'm able to go online and through the Libby app, which is an app that connects with online libraries.
Yeah.
I'm able to get in contact with other libraries in other states.
Sure. And find what you want.
Yeah. So like I get geeked out when a library in, for example, Florida, which is funny,
right,
has something available or more quickly, or has purchased a pre-order that Dayton Metro hasn't yet.
Right.
And I'm able to get it. I get geeked out just in Ohio to Florida, okay? Yeah. This is fucking Assyria has in their library a Babylonian story.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It is.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Especially for the time frame.
I get really excited over book
I don't think
stuff.
it's any further than Florida would be for us. But I mean, the fact that it was harder to get to and from those places back then would have made this much more incredible at the time.
Well, not just that, but they had their own belief in how the world started, but they had information. Like they had this other story of how somebody else thought the world started.
Well, I mean, knowledge is power, right?
Right, but the fact that they felt like they didn't view it as, like the librarians, that is, did not view it as, those stupid people with those stupid belief, break that story, clay tablet. They were like, interesting. Those dum-dums think the world started this way, whereas we know on our clay tablet that it started a different way.
Well, and we don't really know how their library operated. That might have just been for the elite or something like that were using it for information for military purposes or whatever.
Yeah, I know that it wasn't like a library today. Yeah, I do understand that.
You probably didn't have people with library cards checking out clay tablets.
Sure, no. I'd
love to have picture of one of those clay tablet library cards, though.
Right? Yeah. So let's talk about this Babylonian creation myth real quick.
Yeah.
Again, it's Enuma Elish.
Okay.
And I looked it up to see how to pronounce it. I think I got pretty close. Okay.
Yeah.
And it is named after its opening words, meaning when on high. Okay. And it's from the late 2nd millennium BCE. And it's the only complete surviving account of ancient Near Eastern cosmology.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It has about 1,000 lines and is recorded in Akkadian on 7 clay tablets
Okay.
to tell this story.
Yeah.
7 clay tablets. I'm sorry. I get so geeked out over library book stuff, okay? I can't help it. And it describes the creation of the world, a battle between gods focused on the offering to Marduk.
I've heard that before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The creation of man destined for the service of the Mesopotamian deities. And then there's a long passage praising Marduk.
Okay. All right.
So it's got all this different stuff in there.
Yeah.
Okay?
I feel like we've talked about Marduk before.
We have.
Okay.
We have. There's an entire passage that's missing, but even so, they can tell context. Yeah. So this is just so cool. Okay. So Assyria lasted a few more years after the loss of its fortress in Nineveh.
Okay.
But attempts by the Egyptian pharaoh Necho II to rally the Assyrians failed due to opposition from King Josiah of Judah, and Assyria was pretty much done by 609 BCE.
Huh.
Yeah. Like it was burnt.
Just to put this in our previous talks and previous books, but it always seemed to us as we've been reading through this that Israel is in quite a strategic place in the Middle East, right? And Egypt and Babylon and the Assyrians are all kind of converging on this one spot, right? Which ends up being Israel.
Yeah.
So it almost feels like these people that lived there had this undue influence over how the world was shaped at that time frame because of where they sat geographically.
Yes.
And maybe because of that specifically have an undue influence on the religions of the world.
Yes, exactly. It's true. It's true.
It was the crossroads of everything. It was the crossroads of wars. It was the crossroads of civilizations. It was the crossroads of everything.
When we call that area the Fertile Crescent, it's not just because the ground was fertile.
Right.
Like, yes, it was because, it was the land located between the Tigris and the Euphrates.
Sure.
Like that whole, place where man started, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
But it also was the creation of civilization. Like it was fertile grounds for whoever could claim that land and call it home and make it a hub.
And you had humans that lived further away, but they were more tribalistic and they were not as advanced as the people that were living here, where this is where society kind of began, so they definitely have undue influence on the current state we're in.
Yes.
With regard to this is why we're still talking about it. This is why we're reading the fucking Bible with these Bible stories because of where they were geographically. Essentially.
Isn't that amazing?
It is amazing, yeah.
Yeah. So Nahum's prophecy, going back to what we were talking about, is a warning to the Ninevites of coming events. He's like, you guys are about to burn down.
Yeah.
I have a story for you.
Yeah.
Although he is actually pretty stoked about the impending destruction and the whole thing, these 3 chapters, is basically a low-key celebration of the fall of Assyria.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess if you're a religious Israelite at the time, there's 2 things going on, right? They treated people that were not of their ilk shittily. So you got, very much not good things happening to you over there.
Which we will get into.
Right. And on top of that, you would see their culture as being against a lot of the things that you stood for. So there's 2 things happening.
Yeah.
And also they are living in a city that used to be part of your land.
Yes.
So like that's got to be a, sore spot for them as well.
Yeah, that's got to be a ball kicker. Yeah. So,
I know Dan's not happy.
no, he's not. So, okay, now we're going to get into the actual chapters, okay?
Okay.
And I'm just going to do like a little summary, not anything extensive like I've done in the past.
Sure.
And
Well, I didn't feel like there was a lot going on specifically in the chapters, but I mean...
But there are some things I can add and flesh out, like what I've been doing, okay? Yeah. So, chapter 1 starts with the prophecy against the Assyrians and their metropolis, with a very magnificent description of the infinite justice, tender compassion, and uncontrollable power of God, because God is, he's awesome. And so, right? Like, he's so sweet. He's so loving. Like, he's great. He's going to kill you guys.
Well, I mean, if there is a God, he's allowed Trump to become president, and I can't forgive him for that.
Fuck that guy. So following the prophecy, an address to the Assyrians is given. Yeah. Okay. And so he gives a lively picture of their sudden overthrow because of their evil activities against Jerusalem.
It's always because of evil activities, right? Even to this day. Like, we still talk in terms of when somebody gets taken over, it was because they were evil or bad, right? Like, there's a lot of that rhetoric still happening today.
Assyria actually was pretty evil and bad.
And I'm not trying to discount what they were. I'm just saying that we still talk in those terms.
Yes.
You know, because it's easier to look at a culture that gets destroyed as they deserved it, as opposed to maybe they didn't deserve it.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And maybe they saw the Israelites the same way that they see, you know what I'm saying? We don't really know the other perspective here. And again, the context from what I know about the Assyrians, they seemed pretty shitty.
Yeah.
But I also do know that they were very technologically advanced, and we don't know a lot about what their side of the story was.
Actually, we do.
From what we're... Okay.
We do, because of their own records.
Got it. Okay.
Which they boasted a lot.
Well, then okay.
And it matched the records of the other cities.
Well, then they were shitty.
They were shitty. I tried to tell you this before when you were like giving this same, we don't know speech. Yeah. And I'm like, actually.
I'm just trying to be fair.
No, and I try to be fair too. But no, they literally told on themselves. And it matched the records of everybody around them that's like, I know those assholes, right?
Yeah.
So,
but if you're doing well in that society, you probably think well of it. You know what I mean? Regardless of what the shitty things that were happening were.
Wow. I don't know. Let's see. Okay. So Nahum warns all enemies that it is useless to plot against God because, he can destroy you with one blow.
Right.
If he wants to.
And also, you can't see him, so how could you plot against him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And God ain't going to need to strike twice unless he feels like it.
Right.
But he doesn't have to.
Okay. Unless you're in the early Bible where he did have to strike twice, even though he said he only had to strike once.
Yeah, exactly.
But hey, what do I know?
What do I know? I just merely read it.
Right, yeah.
So he turns to address the people of God, and he promises that God will not punish them further. Okay?
Yeah.
So he's telling Israel, or Judah, it's going to be okay. God's going to free y'all from your enemy's power.
And that's a fun message to deliver compared to a lot of the other prophets.
Yeah.
The prophets in general that we have read have been like, you guys better watch out. God's coming for us.
Yes.
This guy's like, no, he's coming for our enemies.
And that's why, again, he's known as the comforter.
Yeah.
Because he's like, oh, this is going to be so sweet, y'all.
Right.
We're going to be free, and these fucks are going to burn.
Yeah.
So Nahum tells the Assyrians that their gods are going to be destroyed.
Sure.
Okay. But then he tells the Judeans that their God will be victorious, and then soon a messenger will bring them news of the overthrow of Assyria, whereupon they should worship God with thanks, sincerity, and joy. Okay?
Okay.
Now, I'm going to read verse 13 from chapter 1, which we didn't stop and mention anything about at the time, and I think we should have.
Okay.
It goes, now I will break their yoke from your neck and tear your shackles away. We didn't say anything about that, but what that refers to is the tribute that the Jews were obliged to pay to the Assyrians during that time.
Okay.
Break the yoke.
Yeah, because it kind
we're
of
not
a
going to be
reference
taxed
to
anymore.
A bit of it references they referred to slavery in the same way.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically they were under the thumb of the Assyrians.
Yes, they were being held down.
Right.
Yeah. So I felt like that was important enough to mention specifically that they will no longer be paying those tributes or tariffs or taxes or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move into chapter 2. And Nineveh is now called upon to prepare for the approach of her enemies. And this was when we started to get into some of that really beautiful writing.
Yeah.
Beautiful, ugly writing, but beautiful nonetheless. Nahum describes the siege to come, indicating that enemy soldiers will break open the water gates, flooding the city and throwing it into confusion. Okay. Chapter 2, verse 7 reads, "It is decreed that Nineveh be exiled and carried away. Her female slaves moan like doves and beat on their breasts." And we were like, what is happening there?
Yeah.
So I have a little bit of interesting stuff for that. Okay.
Yeah.
So our translation says Nineveh will be exiled and carried away. Other translations earlier say Huzzab shall be led away captive. Okay. We don't know what that word means.
Oh.
So perhaps Huzzab was the queen of Nineveh who had escaped the burning.
Okay.
As there's no account of the queen being burnt, only the king. Okay.
Got it. Okay.
We also hear about the concubines and the eunuchs. And so we could conclude that the queen escaped. Okay.
Got it.
And is represented here as being brought up and delivered to the conqueror.
Oh.
Okay. Like it is decreed that she, whether the city or the queen, will be exiled and carried away. Her female slaves moan like doves and beat on their breasts. Okay?
Oh, okay.
It could be. Could be.
No. That would actually make a little bit more sense, kind of.
But
it depends on how you're referencing the whole.
It works either way because some translators think that it's the queen, and then like ours didn't even make reference to it. It signifies the city itself.
Well, you gotta. I mean, if you're, putting out a copy of the Bible, you have to make a decision and go with it, right?
Yeah.
So I mean,
but usually there's footnotes.
Yeah.
And this did not even have a footnote of it. So I was like, So I really appreciated the additional notes on this one because it just makes it interesting.
It does.
Because I don't know. It works either way.
It really does.
It could be the queen or it could be the city itself.
Yeah.
So I just thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
Nahum then describes the consequent desolation and terror. He says that some of the soldiers will capture the queen and the palace harem and others will plunder the city. So, shit's coming down, okay?
Yeah.
So ruthless and cruel were the Assyrians in their treatment of the nations they attacked that the prophet likens them to wild animals. And that's where we get the allusion to lions. Talking about them as wild animals while also reminding everybody that they had the mascot of lions.
Right.
So.
And again, I'm not going to defend what they did, but fear is a good motivator to keep people in their place too. Mm-hmm. And they probably, if they were as smart as they sound like they were with regard to the libraries and the amount of technology that they were able to produce, maybe they understood that better than a lot of the other cultures at the time.
Right.
And again, not trying to defend them, just saying that it might have just been smart tactics for them.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right. So now we're moving into chapter 3.
Okay. Yeah.
So the prophet denounces Nineveh for her idolatry and violence.
Yeah.
He describes in great detail the unrelenting slaughter to come. And he does.
Right. And yeah.
Great detail.
He does. Yeah.
Because Nineveh is a city wholly given up to superstition and the worship of false gods and leads other nations to these abominable rites.
I love how
you believe in Zeus, you dum-dum. What? You believe in Yahweh, you dum-dum.
Right. Like how is it that nobody can ever see? I'm talking about something that no one's ever seen, and yours is ridiculous.
It's
what?
It's like I'm telling you that I'm riding a unicorn, but I'm making fun of you because you're saying that you got gold from a leprechaun.
Yeah.
What?
It's absurdly, just not self-aware.
Yeah.
It's just not
Yeah.
I struggle with these comments because I'm like, wait a second, you're talking about, you're making fun of other gods.
You're making fun of...
While promoting your God.
Yeah, you're making fun of his imaginary friend because your imaginary friend you think is better.
Yeah, it's just a lot of like, I don't know, bravado to have for this God that you've never seen. I know you've never seen him.
Right.
So, yeah.
Very strange. So anyway, Nineveh's like, Nineveh's totally sucks, okay?
Yeah.
It's doing all these different things. And it's not just that it's worshiping one false god, it's worshiping many false gods,
sure.
okay?
Well, as many cultures did back then. So, yeah.
And so therefore she's going to come to a very humiliating and unpitied end, okay?
Got it.
That's why. Okay. Not because they were just cruel, okay?
Right.
Yeah. So
India's been doing fine, and they got a lot of gods over there, from what I understand.
They do, yeah. They do.
They seem to be doing all right.
Sure.
So
yeah. All right, I'm going to read verse 5 from chapter 3.
Yeah.
I am against you, declares the Lord Almighty. I will lift your skirts over your face. I will show the nations your nakedness and the kingdoms your shame. And we did talk about that a little bit, remember?
We did. Yeah.
And we were like, oh, yeah, why always with the nudity? Like, shame, right?
Right.
But it was an ancient custom to strip prostitutes naked or throw their clothes over their heads and expose them to public view and public humiliation, curses, and damnation.
Oh,
yeah.
So you're specifically calling out the quote unquote sinners, right?
Yeah.
Like you're like, you specifically were sinners, and here's how we're going to mock and ridicule you publicly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And also they had stockades, and they would put people in the stockades, and then the crowds could like throw shit, like literal poop.
Fun.
And, produce.
Tomatoes, whatever.
Yeah, throw it at the wrongdoers.
Got it.
So, yeah.
So that was a thing, huh?
That was a thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And they would, curse them and humiliate them.
Well, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
It's not like you got Netflix.
True. Not only was Assyria cruel, but it was also greedy. Often it conquered nations solely to plunder them. Nahum likens Nineveh to a prostitute itself, thinking only of money and pleasure and giving no thought of morality. The prophet gives another vivid picture of the battle scene in Nineveh at that point. Okay. So now we're going to get into some of the proof that the Assyrians were fucks.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
The rulers of Assyria boasted of their cruelty on monuments that exist in museums to this day.
Was that like Twitter before Twitter?
Yes. And so I read that and I was like, hold up, what? On monuments that exist in museums to this day?
Yeah.
So I did a little bit of rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I need to know what.
Yeah. Where are they? What are they?
Where what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Also because some of the sources that I use are Christian apologists, and I want to make sure when I quote that, like, that
it's real.
Well, not only that it's real, but that when they say something's in a museum, that it's like a real museum.
Sure.
Not like somebody's garage. I'm sorry. I don't think that your backyard little shroud of Turin or whatever is real.
Right.
I don't believe your toast.
Yeah.
Your Jesus toast.
Right.
So I just wanted to make sure. I was like, wait, what museum? What do they have? So in royal inscriptions, and I will get to the museums in a minute.
Okay.
In royal inscriptions, Assyrian leaders describe using intimidation to suppress uprisings. Populations that resisted were dealt with more severely than those who surrendered, which kind of makes sense.
That makes sense, yeah.
The systematic destruction of whole cities was common, like raze them to the ground.
Okay, I'm going to push back a little bit here because there were many instances of the Israelites razing cities to the ground early on.
Totally.
When they had power.
Oh, yeah. And we called them fucks at the time, too.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So I mean, if we're going to take this into the context of all history at that time, right? Is that any worse than what the Israelites were doing?
I'm building up to something.
Okay.
No, this is not the cruelty yet.
Okay.
This is merely, just like everybody did, they totally knocked down cities and killed people, blah, 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 right? Like, that's boring. We've done that.
Sure.
Okay? Excavations of cities such as Nineveh and Lachish, which we've talked about.
Yeah.
Those are modern-day Iraq and Israel, respectively.
Okay.
Reveal destruction layers consistent with violent conquest and looting.
Got it.
Assyrian siege ramps and battering rams, like those depicted in reliefs that we have found, have been found at sites they attacked. Yeah.
Okay.
So we have found Assyrian shit over here in the cities that they knocked down.
Got it.
Yeah. So Assyrian records describe each city's transformation and the way religious sites, temples, and palaces were affected by their assaults. And by affected, I mean knocked down.
Right. Yeah.
Like boom, baby, boom. Okay.
Yep.
Letters and administrative records confirm mass deportations. Can you imagine, like, I'm just carving this on my clay stone. How many people did I deport today?
Well, they obviously revered the written word.
Yeah. Record keeping was like very important for them. Yeah. Though many captives were retained as slaves, and the source that I read said enforced, what was it? Like forced labor.
Sure.
And I was like, you mean slaves?
Right. Yeah.
Let's call a spade a spade.
That's like when they said servant way too many times in the Bible.
And I was like, that's a slave.
Yeah.
Do they have the freedom to not serve you? Then that's a slave.
Right. Yeah.
Though many captains were retained as slaves, often large-scale resettlements were carried out, and at one point, over 150,000 individuals were relocated to different regions. Yeah, wow. That's a huge amount of people for that time.
Yeah.
Okay. Many were assigned to new lands within the Assyrian Empire, and these measures aimed to integrate conquered populations.
Sure.
Like, if I'm mixing everybody up with each other, you don't know anybody. So, like, it keeps you from, whispering in the corner over there where I'm not looking and, starting a rebellion, right?
Well, yeah, if you're around people that are loyal to us, we know that they'll keep an eye on you while, like...
Well, and none of you speak the same language, so there's that too.
Yeah.
And, you're a fish out of water. You don't know where anything is. You don't know anybody. You don't know the local customs.
Sure.
Yeah. So this would prevent future uprisings and strengthen their control.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Here we go. We're going to start getting down to it, okay?
Okay.
Assyrian palace reliefs depict their successful conquest of the Judean city of Lachish. Detailed inscriptions boast of captured residents being taken into exile or subjected to harsh punishments, brutal acts that included flaying their enemies alive, cutting off limbs, by limbs, I mean fingers, toes,
torture.
Noses, ears, lips.
Right.
Like they would chop up little pieces of them.
Sure.
They would impale them, burn them alive. So sometimes they would chop off your pieces and then they would impale you. And while you're still alive, impaled with pieces missing, they would burn you alive.
Right.
Like any combination hereof. Okay. And then they would stack pyramids of the severed heads that had eyes gouged out and tongues torn out at the city gates as a warning to others. Okay.
Yeah.
The skins of defeated enemies were sometimes displayed publicly along city walls to discourage rebellion.
I mean, that would do it for me.
Right?
I probably, Yeah. I'll pass.
Yeah. So, I mean, they were harsh.
They were harsh, but again, these are effective measures for the time frame. When you're talking about warring, there's all these warring factions, right?
No, it's true. I mean, they kept their shit straight. And they kept records of the shit that they kept
I'm not trying to defend the actions that they did.
No, not at all.
We're talking about thousands of years ago.
It was a very
barbaric times.
It was a very organized barbarian society.
Yeah.
Right?
And they knew how to effectively, cull the people that they were attacking. Mm-hmm. Like they understood how to control them and how to make them scared enough not to fight back.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, yes, they were terrible. They were absolutely terrible, but they were very, very effective.
They were smart and effective. Yeah. And I will say the word great has many meanings.
Sure.
And I think that they were great leaders. And I don't mean that great as in good.
Right.
I mean great as in the word you used was effective.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Records from the Babylonians and the Elamites each separately describe the Assyrian brutality.
Sure.
Which we have records of. So all of this lines up with their records in depicting ruthless military campaigns.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, we have their story of themselves, and then we have all these other people that are bitching about them. We have their records too.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here are the various museums where you can find some of these really cool things.
Okay.
The British Museum in London, the Louvre in Paris, the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York, the Iraq Museum in Baghdad, and the Pergamon Museum in Berlin.
I feel like we've talked about this before at some point.
We might have.
Because I recall going over some museums that held these things
cool
before.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have talked about the Assyrians multiple times.
Yes.
So I feel like this is, when you said that, it kind of just rang a bell in my head. Like, I think we've talked about this before.
We might have.
So it could be wrong, but yeah.
There's some cool stuff happening in history, you know?
Well, yeah.
So.
No, and that like, I feel like we could do this whole Bible over again at some point.
Yeah.
As a historical time frame, and then relating it to the books as like, like this is between this book and that book. Like that's something that I think that's as a project that we do maybe after we're done with this whole thing.
I would love that.
I would love to spearhead that. To
put things into better context for myself.
Well, and for myself, I love history and how it relates to everything, right? And I feel like that aspect of understanding the Bible is very, very important because there are so many cultures that disappear or get integrated or get moved around or, whatever the case may be. But it's hard to see it all through the lens of what we're reading in the Bible. And you have to step out and see it from the greater lens of what's going on in the world at the time.
Yeah.
And that's something that I would be very interested in putting back into context with regard to the Bible.
Yeah. Totally.
Because it would make things make a little bit more sense, I think, sometimes. So
totally agree. Each of those museums that I mentioned houses artifacts showcasing Assyrian history, such as royal inscriptions, reliefs, or cuneiform texts in the form of letters and administrative records. These artifacts are all evidence of Assyrian military campaigns, warfare, propaganda, and governance, spelling out their use of terror as a psychological weapon for empire building.
Which is why I was saying they're very smart.
Yeah.
Like, to share this stuff publicly on things is terrifying to your enemies.
Yeah.
Right? They're like, that's what they're going to do to us.
If we lose.
I'll skip the rebellion meeting tonight, guys. I'm out.
I have a date at McDonald's. Me. All right, so moving on.
Yeah.
Okay. Nineveh's final ruin will be similar to that of Thebes, says our guy Nahum. Okay.
Yeah. Which also is to say, you guys did this terrible thing to that city over there. Now it's going to happen to you.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and Noamon, Thebes was a very famous city, Egyptian city.
Yeah.
So, just a reminder.
Sure.
The prophet then describes the great ease with which the strongholds of Nineveh will be taken. He declares that all her preparation, her vast numbers, her great opulence, and her many strong leaders will be of no avail in the day of the Lord's vengeance, and that her tributaries will desert her.
Or Babylonians' vengeance.
Yeah.
Whichever way you want to look at that.
Sure. Yeah. Nahum reminds Nineveh of what happened to the city of Thebes in Egypt. It was very well defended and had strong allies, but it was conquered and its people were taken into captivity. So he's like,
it could happen to you guys. It's going to happen to you guys too.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's saying the same will happen to Nineveh. Its outlying fortresses will be demolished easily. When troops in the city hear of this, they will lose courage and the city will be overthrown.
Okay.
And now I'm going to read verse 9 from chapter 3. Cush and Egypt were her boundless strength. Put and Libya were among her allies. And I mentioned at the time that Cush was in the upper Nile region.
Yeah.
Also, I wanted to remind everybody that Cush is Ethiopia,
Got it.
which
Okay.
I know I've said before, but I always forget.
Sure.
So that just puts it a
Slightly
little
different political sway than what Egypt is, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So let me just, it's a different, because like we've talked about them as separate entities in the past, but it's not as relevant to the Bible a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Except for a couple of points.
With
So
the queen of
yeah, who was it? Was it which one?
Bathsheba, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, no, Bathsheba was part of Bathsheba was one of the mothers of one of the people for Israel.
Samuel.
But it was the Queen of Sheba.
Queen of Sheba. Yeah. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I get
But
my Shebas mixed up.
She visited. Oh God.
Oh, was that Samuel?
It might have been. It was whatever.
No, Solomon.
Solomon. Yes,
It was Solomon.
the wise one. That's right.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
Sorry.
That was gonna bug me because I knew the answer, but I couldn't come up with it on the spot.
Yeah, she came to see him.
Yeah.
And then took away the ark.
Maybe. Yeah.
I think.
Sure.
I think she got it in Ethiopia.
Well, still theories about that. So
I know. It's a great story anyway. Yeah. So Put and Libya, Put is a part of Africa. Okay.
Yeah.
So this part of Africa named Put and Libya were all within reach of forming alliances with Thebes.
Okay.
No Ammon.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a really big deal when he's like talking about these cities. They were strong and they were helping Thebes.
Yeah.
And Thebes still went down.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
Sure.
You're going down.
Right.
Fuck off. They may store water in case of a siege and strengthen the city walls to withstand the battering rams, but all their precautions and preparations will prove to be useless, and the city will be burnt to the ground and left as bare as a field that has been stripped by locusts. And we had mentioned something about the way they phrase the locusts, so I wanted to just say a little bit about that, and then we'll be done.
Okay. Yeah.
So verse 17 reads, "Your guards are like locusts, your officials like swarms of locusts that settle in the walls on a cold day, but when the sun appears, they fly away and no one knows where." And we were like, what? And because you were like, I thought they swarm.
Yeah.
What is happening? So here's the thing. The locusts are said to lie in shelter around the hedges of fertile spots when the weather is really cold.
Okay.
So they'll settle in and curl up in balls and be like, it's so cold.
Right.
Or during the night, right?
Yeah.
But as soon as the sun shines and it's hot, they come out to forage or they take to their wings.
Got it.
So, that's when you can't catch them. Because they're just...
Well, they're swarming.
They're swarming.
Or they're doing something.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what they were saying about that. Okay?
Got it. Yeah.
About the locusts. Assyria's leaders are going to be killed, leaving the people leaderless and an easy prey for the attackers. Assyria will fall, never to rise again, and those who suffered from its cruelty will then rejoice. Yeah. And so that's the entire book of Nahum.
Yeah. I just have one comment, and that's that I think that it's based on something I was talking about earlier in the in this episode, and that's that I think it's very relevant that the Israelites, this culture that lives in Israel, is right in the middle of all this shit happening, right? And the entire concept of what God is based on translating these events through the lens of their God.
Right.
Right. So the Bible is essentially just that, a translation of everything that is happening to and around these people that live there.
Right. So it's this huge funnel. And so we're missing so much stuff because they're funneling all of it through their one little...
Right. Well, and the fact that the culture kind of centers in the same area for, thousands of years. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
It allowed this God to become and grow into what it has eventually become.
Right.
Right. And it was just the seeds of what it became.
Right.
And it's kind of cool in the grand scheme of things of seeing how this all came about. And I guess just in the sense of that's why we deal with it still, because this is such a important plot of land to this ancient culture.
Yeah, if you're looking at it like if you're just an uninvolved third party standing off of the earth, right?
Yeah.
And you're just looking at the planet and you're like holding this blue sphere in your hand and you're just like looking at it and twisting it back and forth.
Like a god.
Yeah. And you're just like, I mean, that's pretty cool.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
If we could get another couple thousand years down the road without gods involved in anything, it would be like much like we talk about the Greek and Roman gods, right?
Yeah.
It could be a really neat story.
Yes, it's objectively interesting. It's objectively cool.
Yeah.
You know?
Depending on how it gets told.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I mean, if we're still dealing with people quoting it for this reason or that reason, then it gets a little less fun to deal with, right?
Yeah, that part's not the part I enjoy.
Yeah, that's not part. But the interesting way in which it describes the formation of this culture could be very interesting.
Yes.
If we could get outside of the religiosity of it.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So that just, it occurred to me as we were reading through this today that it's just an interesting place that they were in the world, and that's all that happened.
Yeah.
So anyway, you got anything else for us, or was that it?
That's it.
All right, that was it for Nahum, and we'll be back soon. You've got some things going on, so
yeah, I'm still helping out my friend. Her mom is still trying to have her medical issues taken care of, so I'm helping this family out. And the next episode that we do, whenever we're kind of playing
when we're able to get to it,
is going to be the You're
episode.
Always Wrong and the pop quiz, and then
I'll
we'll
get the weekly replay out after that,
and then we'll get into Habakkuk.
Habakkuk, huh? All right, well that's it for
Nahum.
All right, guys, bye.
Bye.
Wife,
do you know what we're doing today?
We're finally getting to our Contradictions episode.
You're always wrong.
Not today.
No, you are. You're always wrong. You're always wrong.
All right. So, do you have some good contradictions for us today?
I have some mediocre contradictions.
Okay.
At this point, we've gone through the majority of them because we've already hit them from the other books that we've read.
Right. Yeah. They are very repetitive.
We're toward the end of the Old Testament, and so,
yeah, right.
We're
running out of, like, legitimate contradictions that are new.
Yeah.
At this point.
There's only 3 books left of the Old Testament, something like that.
Right. And the Old Testament has been pretty consistently the same thing, you know? So, like, it's not like we're covering new ground or breaking new ground here with any of the things we cover.
Right.
God kills people and he's shitty, and then he redeems a small section, and then he's shitty again, and whatever.
There's nothing new about Nahum.
Right. All right. Well, are you ready to get into these mediocre contradictions?
I sure as fuck am.
All right, let's do this.
Okie dokie. Nahum!
Yeah.
I'm going to miss saying that, so I'm probably
You're just getting it out. You're going to overdo it this time?
I am. Yeah. I am. This is that episode.
Got it.
So if you hate it, I'm sorry at ya. But, you know, it be what it be.
Yeah, it was a short book.
I got to do it.
You got gypped here.
I did. You know? I did. I don't think we can say it gypped.
Oh.
I think that's not culturally correct.
Oh.
I think we say I got robbed.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I apologize.
You should.
I didn't. That was just one of those, like,
you grew up saying it, and your face looked really confused when I called you out. You were like,
no, I realized it took me a second.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. That one is not correct.
That is not correct.
Right.
Yeah. Apologies to our audience.
Yes.
We're not perfect, but we try really fucking hard. We're all fucking hard over here.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't intentionally set out to, like, hurt people. We just accidentally be assholes all the time.
Right.
So, okay. Are you ready for this episode of You're Always Wrong with regard to Nahum?
Right, yes, I am.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Okay, number 1. Does God ever get furious? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, all the fucking time, right?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, he sure as fuck does. Like, for example, in Isaiah, for the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations and his fury upon all their armies. Yeah, that happened. And then in Jeremiah, therefore thus saith the Lord God, behold, mine anger and mine fury shall be poured out upon this place, upon man and upon beast and upon the trees of the field and upon the fruit of the fucking ground, and it shall burn and shall not be quenched.
You got to be really pissed off to be mad at the ground.
Right?
You know? Like,
it,
that's just like, what?
It makes me think of when Rocket said, great, now you made me kick dirt. I think that was in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, question mark?
I think that
or maybe
is
it was
correct.
the first one?
No, it's not the first one.
Was it the second one?
It's at least the second one.
Okay.
I think there's a third. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it was the second one,
Yeah.
Volume 2.
Okay.
All right. But he also said it another place in Jeremiah, and I myself will fight against you with an outstretched hand and with a strong arm, even in anger and in fury and in great fucking wrath. Anger, fury, and wrath.
Yeah.
And in Micah, and I will execute vengeance and anger and fury upon the heathen, such as they have not heard.
Yeah.
And then in Nahum,
Yeah.
God is jealous, and the Lord revengeth. The Lord revengeth and is furious.
Got it.
Okay?
Well, I feel like you're even leaving off the ones where he's like very vengeful and furious against his own people.
Yeah.
You know, like these are a lot of the things you mentioned were against other nations.
Yeah.
And it's not just other nations.
No,
it's everybody.
No. All the nations.
Oh, yeah.
Not just a seven-nation army.
Right.
All the nations.
Got it.
Yeah. But guess what?
What?
You're always wrong.
No, I'm not taking that one. He's an asshole.
No, because even though in Isaiah he talked about his anger, guess what? In Isaiah he also says fury's not in me. No.
But he just said it was in him.
And also in some Psalms, both ways. It goes both ways.
Psalms is like a get out of jail free card for the Bible.
It is. You can find everything in Psalms.
Yeah, like everything's in Psalms.
You could just cut out the whole rest of the Bible and just only keep the Psalms, and you'll find everything you need.
You got an answer for whatever you want in there.
Yeah.
It's like a cherry picking bonanza.
It's a fucking buffet of cherries.
It is.
Cherries Jubilee, cherry pot pie, fried cherries Jubilee. Did I already say that one?
I don't know.
Cherry fricassee.
I wasn't keeping track of the cherry references.
All right. Ready?
Yeah,
Number
I'm ready.
2. Does God help in times of need? Yes or no?
No.
No, he sure as fuck don't. All right. It says in 1 Samuel, and ye shall cry out in that day because of your king, which ye shall have chosen you, and the Lord will not hear you in that day because he's fucking deaf as fuck.
He's not going to help you.
Yeah, that was in 1 Samuel.
Okay.
And then in Isaiah, and when you spread forth your fucking hands, I'll hide mine eyes from you. Yeah, when you make many prayers, I'll not hear.
It's very
I
petty.
can't hear you. Nanny, nanny, boo, boo.
Right,
Stick your head in doo doo.
like that's petty.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it anyway.
Yeah. The way he phrased it is fucking petty.
Well, I mean,
The way the men
you
phrased
emphasized it helped a little bit too.
Well, I'm just reading what's on the page.
No, I got
The
you.
fact that I add tone, that's the word's problem.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And then again in Isaiah, it says, verily, thou art a God that hidest thyself. Thou art.
Yeah.
You know? As you do.
Yeah.
Then in Ezekiel, it says, thus saith the Lord God, are ye come to inquire of me? As I live, saith the Lord God, I will not be inquired of by ye.
Okay.
Okay. And then in Hosea,
Right.
it says, they shall go with their flocks and their herds to seek the Lord, but they shall not find him. He hath withdrawn himself from them.
Now I would say I'm gonna caveat this because I feel like people would be like, well, he's talking about people that are not worshiping the Lord correctly and not, listening to his ways and following his path and all these things, right?
Well, but the question didn't specify. It just said, does he help people in times of need?
Sure.
And the answer is No, not if you don't fucking feel like it.
Right. No, absolutely.
And only sometimes he does, even if they don't deserve it. So,
Right. Yeah.
Just depends on his mood and nepotism that day.
No, I get it.
And finally, in Micah, it says, "Then they shall cry unto the Lord, but he'll not hear them. He will even hide his face from them. Nanny, nanny, boo-boo, stick your head in doo-doo."
Yeah.
But guess what?
What?
You're always wrong.
Okay.
Okay? Because in addition to several Psalms, yes, he does, of course, help people in their time of need, such as in Nahum. It says, "The Lord is good, a strong hold in the day of trouble."
Okay.
He's going to help.
I guess.
Trouble right here in River City. Okay? That actually is important. I want you to remember that, okay?
What am I remembering exactly?
The Lord is good, a strong hold in the day of trouble.
Okay.
Okay? Just remember that.
Sure.
Right here in River City, trouble.
I got it.
Okay. I'm helping you out for later. Okay? Number 3. Will God flood the earth again?
No, I mean,
Yes or no?
No, he made the covenant with Noah.
Yeah.
And there was the rainbow and the whole thing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rainbow. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, like in Genesis, he was like, "I totally made a rainbow, and I will establish my covenant with you. Neither shall all my flesh be cut off any more by the waters of a flood. Neither shall there any more be a flood to destroy the earth. And God said, this is the token of the covenant, which I make between me and you and every living creature that is with you for perpetual generations. I do set my bow in the cloud, and it shall be for a token of a covenant between me and the earth.
Okay.
And it shall come to pass when I bring a cloud over the earth that the bow shall be seen in the cloud, and I will remember my covenant," because I need a fucking reminder, because I'm only God. I can't remember unless I see a reminder,
right.
"which is between me and you and every living creature of all flesh, and the waters shall no more become a flood to destroy all flesh."
Okay.
That was in Genesis chapter 9, verses 11 through 15. And I read all 4 of those verses because they all talk about what a fucking promise he made.
Yeah.
But guess what?
What?
You're always wrong.
He's going to destroy all people?
In Nahum. No, the question was, is he ever going to flood the earth again?
Right.
Is he going to flood the earth again? Yeah. But with an overrunning flood, he, God, will make an utter end of the place thereof, and darkness shall pursue his enemies.
Well, but again...
He's going to flood it.
Yeah, but he's not talking about all of the earth and all
that
the
wasn't
flesh.
well, okay.
There was,
Will
yeah.
he flood the earth again? Well, okay, yeah, but he's going to overrun...
The enemies.
He's going to overrun Nineveh.
Yeah. But
So-
that's not all of the world.
No, you're right. But still, I just feel like he's like, what? I didn't flood the earth. I only flooded a city.
Well, yeah, he's definitely like, he definitely...
He found a loophole.
He definitely finds loopholes.
He's like, if I flood this city today and that city tomorrow and the other city on Saturday.
Right.
And then after that, the whole world happens to be flooded. I didn't flood the whole earth. That's not my fault. I flooded 3 separate places and the floods converged. But that's got nothing to do with me. Like, I just feel like that's what he would do because he's a fucking loophole finder.
Well, he said he would not destroy all flesh with the flood. And so I feel like you're being... Like, I feel like that's a little unfair.
I feel like you're right, but I feel like...
And I'm not trying to defend God. I'm just,
You're right. He's not flooding the whole fucking earth. He's merely flooding a fucking city.
Right.
But he made it seem like he wasn't going to send any more floods. Or, like, that's the way we read it. And maybe that's our fault. Maybe because I just thought, yay, there's going to be no more floods.
I didn't really read it that way. I read it that he was not going to flood the earth again.
Well, I just took it as he wasn't going to send any more floods to kill people. And I guess I should have understood that when he said the earth, he meant, but I'll still send some small ones.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I should have understood that, but like, think about understanding that implicitly. God will still flood people. By all means, he will still drown the fuck out of some people.
Right. He just won't destroy the entire earth.
Not all at once.
Right.
Just in several different floods, maybe.
Sure.
He's a flood here, and a quake there. Here a flood, there a quake, everywhere a meteor strike. Old God destroyed the earth, but he didn't do it with a flood. Right? That's
Sure.
what I'm getting out of this.
Yeah.
It just feels, I don't know. It just feels loopholey, and I don't care for it.
I mean, this guy doesn't exist anyway, so
No, but
it doesn't really matter.
This guy, were he to exist, is a bad faith actor, and I don't care for that.
Got it.
Okay?
Yeah.
Number 4. Is it always wrong to steal? We've done this one before.
In my opinion, no.
Correct. That's the correct answer. But, we got a yes and a no.
Sure.
So, okay, no. And, Rachel stole the images that were her father's back in Genesis.
Yeah.
And God was fine with that. And then in Exodus, but every woman shall borrow of her neighbor, and ye shall spoil the Egyptians. And by spoil, they mean, take the spoils.
Okay.
And then further in Exodus, let every man borrow of his neighbor and every woman of her neighbors jewels of silver and jewels of gold. So, he's like saying, go rob these people, go steal from the people.
Right.
I mean, yes, they were holding you as captives, but go ahead and steal from them on your way out the door.
Yeah.
And then he says, and the children of Israel did according to the word of Moses, and they borrowed of the Egyptians, and they spoiled the fuck out of the Egyptians. Yeah, they
Okay.
took all their shit.
Yeah.
Okay. And then in Ezekiel, it says, Israel shall go forth and spoil those that spoiled them and rob those that robbed them, saith the Lord God. So he's perfectly fine with people stealing shit as long as it's the enemy.
Yeah.
And then it's not called stealing, it's called spoiling.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Because you're taking the spoils
Yeah.
of war. And that's fine to
Right.
steal from the dead and your enemy.
Yeah.
Which is gross. Anyway, and then in Nahum, it says, Nineveh is of old like a pool of water. Take ye the spoil of silver, take the spoil of gold, for there is none end of the store and glory out of all the pleasant furniture. Take all that shit.
Huh.
Yeah. He's
Okay.
like, spoil Nineveh because it's going down. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But guess what?
What?
You're always wrong.
Yeah.
It's terrible to steal. Don't steal.
I mean, it's like one of those commandment things, right?
Yeah, in Exodus, thou shalt not fucking steal.
Right.
And then in Leviticus, ye shall not fucking steal. And then further in Leviticus, thou shalt not defraud thy neighbor, neither rob him. And then in Deuteronomy, neither shalt thou fucking steal.
It's just that these are such a, large swath of an idea, right? Thou
Yeah.
shalt not steal, right?
Thou shalt
if you
not steal.
if you take a pen, is that really stealing?
Okay, I see where you're going here.
I'm just saying, or if you are stealing because you are starving to death,
Right.
yes, it is stealing.
Mm-hmm.
But is it wrong?
Is it like hardcore theft?
Right. If you're not harming the other party per se,
I don't know. Walmart is a big fat fucking crybaby. And they always be acting like they're on the short end of the stick.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know how to feel about this.
I see. If I was to say anybody's robbing there, it would be them robbing people of good wages and robbing their vendors of good costs of goods and
Robbing their customers of everything.
Yeah. Right.
I don't know.
Well, they used to be the lowest price in town, right?
Yeah.
But that's no longer the case.
No.
Only people still think they're the lowest price in town.
Right. Furthermore, in some places where, remember there was a time before COVID when the majority of Walmarts were 24 hours. Not all of them, as we found out when we visited Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
There were, none of them were 24 hours where
Sure.
we were at. But the majority of the Walmarts that we had run into prior to that were 24 hours. And yet, if you walked in at 3 o'clock in the morning, all the lights were out except for one aisle. And that was the aisle that somebody was stocking. But it wasn't a guy who actually works there. It was a manufacturer stocking guy. So you couldn't ask him for any help. And there were no cash registers. So it's were they open? No. Not really. You could go in and you could get your shit, but get the fuck out because they're not really. And that's robbing your customer. I'm sorry, it is. It is. If you're going to be open, be open. If you're not, fucking close. And now they're all closed. Lo and behold.
Right.
Thanks, COVID. I don't know where I was going with that.
I don't either. Yeah.
But it felt good.
Okay.
All right, let's do a pop quiz.
Okay.
Because that's all I had for the You're Always Wrong.
Got it.
I don't know why I had to opera that one.
But it works for me.
It felt good.
Yeah.
All right. Damn. Ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Number 1. What was the reaction of all those who heard news about what King of Assyria does in the book of Nahum? Was it 1, clap their hands, 2, shake their head, 3, be envious, or 4, sing? I'll read it again for our friends at home and for your confused face.
Yeah.
What was the reaction of all those who heard news about what the king of Assyria does in the book of Nahum? Did those people was their reaction when they heard the news about the king? Was it to clap their hands, shake their head, be envious, or sing?
I'm gonna say clap their hands.
That, I believe, is the correct answer.
Is it?
I
Okay.
believe.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I sent you my score earlier because I took it so early today I knew I'd forget.
It's been a while since we read this, so like I kind of forget. Like I'm assuming this is when the Syrian king kind of was getting toppled or something. But I could be wrong. We can come back to that.
I wanted to see my score though, and yeah, I texted it to you because I knew I'd forget.
Yeah.
I only answered 9 out of 17.
Oh.
Yeah, I got a 52%, and the average is 57.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
all right.
I hope you beat me.
Yeah.
Number 2, what happened to the mountains and the hills before the Lord in the book of Nahum? Was it to quake and leap, collapse and sing, quake and melt, or tremble and quake?
Okay.
Okay, I'll read it again.
Yeah.
What happened to the mountains and the hills before the Lord? Was it to quake and leap, collapse and sing, quake and melt, or tremble and quake?
I'm going to go with tremble and quake.
I think that's what I picked, and I think that's wrong. I think it's quake and melt, but I could be wrong.
All right. Again, I give myself a little bit of leeway because, like, I feel like these are based on only King James, and we don't read the King James.
Well, not only that, but they're like memorize all the phrases, whether they're make sensey or not. Like, who fucking cares?
Yeah, that's.
Did the land do some shit? Yeah, the land did some shit.
Sure.
Do you really need to know if it was quake and melt or melt and quake?
Doesn't matter.
No, it really fucking doesn't.
In the grand scheme of things, who gives a fuck?
It doesn't matter. Number 3, in the book of Nahum, it was said, behold upon the mountains the feet of him that brings what? The cry of salvation, good news, sacrifice to God, or justice? In the book of Nahum, it was said, behold upon the mountains the feet of him that brings what? The cry of salvation, good news, sacrifice to God, or justice?
I believe it is good news.
I believe you're correct.
Okay.
Number 4. What did Nahum say the shepherds and the nobles of the people of Nineveh do? Is it sleep and snore, drink and stagger, sleep and slumber, or doze and sleep?
Okay.
What did Nahum say the shepherds and the nobles of the people of Nineveh do? Is it sleep and snore, drink and stagger, sleep and slumber, or doze and sleep?
I believe the answer is drink and stagger.
That's the one I picked, and I think it's wrong.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I could be
Whatever.
wrong.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah.
Number 5, the wrath of the Lord in the book of Nahum is poured out like what? Is it water, fire, vinegar, or gall? The wrath of the Lord is poured out like what? Is it fire, water, vinegar, or gall?
I am going to have to go with, I don't know the answer to this one. So, I mean, can you really pour out fire? But I'm gonna go with water, I guess.
Okay.
Because we talked about flooding Nineveh earlier.
Sure.
And I don't think that they talked about, there's different interpretations of what they did to Nineveh. Some books say flood, some say fire.
Right.
So, like, it kind of maybe depends on which translation you're talking about.
Yeah,
But
I don't know.
anyway, I'm going to go with water.
I know it's not vinegar, and I know it's not gall because that's what I picked. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
All right.
Number 6, Nahum was given oracle concerning which city? Do I even need to?
I mean, Nineveh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to reread
Right.
it for our friends
No,
at home
no.
because Yeah. The other choices were Samaria or Egypt.
Okay.
Just so,
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, what?
Sorry, I didn't mean, if anybody didn't know that, I apologize for giving you the
If you
answer.
didn't know that, that's on you. Because we're dumb. And I mean, there's only two things we remember about this. And it's Nahum, because it's his book. And he prophesied about Nineveh.
Right. I mean, that's the biggest things.
And he was talking to Judah.
I remember a little bit more than that, but I mean,
Okay, I'm just saying. Number 7. What were the princes and the scribes of Nineveh? What were the princes and the scribes of Nineveh likened to? Was it locust and lion, owl and cuckoo, grasshoppers and clouds of locusts, or grasshoppers and nightingale? All right, I'll read it again for our friends at home.
Yeah. Okay.
What were the princes and the scribes of Nineveh likened to? Was it locust and lion, owl and cuckoo, grasshoppers and clouds of locusts, or grasshoppers and nightingales?
I'm struggling with this one a little bit, but I'm going to go with the first one.
The locusts
and the
lion.
lions.
Yeah, that's the one I picked, and it's wrong.
Really? So
Yeah.
there's got to be the locusts and the grasshoppers. then.
Yeah, that's the right answer.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know. I struggled on. I knew it was one or the other.
Yeah. No,
the
I
other two
knew it was down to
wrong.
one of those two.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, at least we're on the right path together.
Right.
on that
Right.
one.
Yeah.
All right. Number 8. The cloud was acknowledged as what? The dust of God's feet, the gathering of water, God's covering, or none of the above?
I'm going to go with none of the above.
Let me
Sorry.
read it again for our friends
okay.
at home.
I apologize.
Hey, according to the book of Nahum, the cloud was acknowledged as what? The dust of God's feet, the gathering of water, God's covering, or none of the above? And you're choosing none of the above?
None of the above. Yeah, sorry.
That's what I picked, and I honestly can't even remember.
Got it.
I think it's the dust of God's feet.
Really?
I could be, yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
We'll see.
Like, I'm not remembering any of these words.
Yeah, I know, me neither. Because the phrasing, the exact phrasing is not important. It's the message that matters.
Yeah.
And this is trivial bullshit.
Sure.
Number 9. What will the Lord by no means do according to Nahum? Save the deceiver, advocate for the adversaries, clear the guilty, or pity the wicked? What will the Lord by no means do according to Nahum? Save the deceiver, advocate for the adversaries, clear the guilty, or pity the wicked?
I am going to, he's not going to save the deceiver.
That is incorrect. I remember.
So it's the advocate for the...
No, it was clear the guilty.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know.
All right.
I would never have gotten
Man,
that. I don't know why I remember that.
sucking at this one.
Yeah. I sucked too. I think the one I had got was advocate for the adversaries, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
That was going to be my...
Or pity the wicked. I don't know.
Right. Not the fool.
I do not never pity the fool.
Okay.
Okay. Number 10. In the book of Nahum, God is described to be what? Jealous, wrathful, avenging, or all of the above?
Okay.
In the book of Nahum, God is described to be what? Is it jealous, wrathful, avenging, or all of the above?
I don't know the answer to this one specifically with regarding to Nahum, but I'm going to go with all of the above.
That's the correct answer, whether it's the correct answer or not.
Right, yeah.
Like, I don't remember, but I just remember knowing that in my heart, that's the right answer.
Yeah.
In the book of Nahum, the Lord will make a complete end of the adversaries with what? A whirlwind, an overflowing flood, pestilence, or a mighty billow? In the book of Nahum, the Lord will make a complete end of the adversaries with what? A whirlwind, an overflowing flood, pestilence, or a mighty billow?
Now, again, I think there are different translations of this, but the flood.
I believe that is correct, but I could be wrong. Number 12. What were the fortresses of the people of Nineveh likened to? Was it the apple tree, wheat, the fig tree, or sycamore? What were the fortresses of the people of Nineveh likened to? Was it the apple tree, wheat, a fig tree, or sycamore?
I vaguely remember sycamores coming up, I think.
That's incorrect, sir.
So fig tree then.
Yeah, it was fig tree.
Okay.
Number 13. That one I remembered and got right.
Okay.
How about that?
Yeah, good job. Good job.
Number 13. In the book of Nahum, Nineveh is likened to a pool whose waters do what? What do the waters do? Do they stink, run away, overflow, or kill? Nineveh is likened to a pool whose waters do what? Stink, run away, overflow, or kill? Yeah, I don't even remember this a little bit.
I'll say kill, I guess.
I think I chose overflow, but I don't remember why or if it's right or wrong.
Yeah, I don't know the answer there.
Number 14. Nineveh was described as what? A wealthy nation, a cruel city, a righteous city, or a bloody city? Nineveh was described as what? A wealthy nation, a cruel city, a righteous city, or a bloody city?
Now, I think that it was a cruel city, and it was also a wealthy city, but I believe the way it was described was a bloody city, because the blood was gonna be running in the streets, and
that's what I picked, but I can't remember if it's right or wrong. But I feel good that we picked the same one, regardless.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Number 15. What did Nineveh do? Oh, wait, let me start over. What did God say Nineveh will do in the book of Nahum? Will Nineveh seek refuge from the enemy, go into hiding, be drunken, or all of the above? What did God say Nineveh will do? Will Nineveh seek refuge from the enemy, go into hiding, be drunken, or all of the above?
I am going to pick all of the above.
That feels right.
It does.
That feels like what I did.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's right or wrong.
I don't either.
Number 16. What did Nahum affirm will not rise up a second time? Is it temptations, difficulties, troubles, or war? Who was paying attention? Number 16 again is what did Nahum affirm will not rise up a second time? Is it temptations, difficulties, troubles, or war?
Troubles.
Correct.
Right here in River City.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm glad you were paying attention.
Yeah.
And you almost weren't paying attention in the question.
Well, yeah.
But I made you pay attention.
Right.
Yeah. All right, last one. Number 17. According to the book of Nahum, where is the way of the Lord? Is it in the storm and wave? Is it in the sea? Is it in clouds? Or is it in whirlwind and storm? All right, let me read it again for our friends at home. According to the book of Nahum, where is the way of the Lord? Is it in the storm and wave? In the sea? In clouds? Or in whirlwind and storm?
I believe it is the sea, because we talked about Leviathan at one point when we were talking about this book. So
Sure.
I believe my question was about that. So anyway, yeah,
All right.
I'm going to go with C.
All right, let me give you your grade.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, wow. You did more poorly than I did.
Oh, awesome.
You
Yeah.
only got a 47. Okay. Let me go back up here and we'll grade them. Ready?
Sure.
What was number 1, what was the reaction of all those who heard news about what King of Assyria does? It was clap their hands. That was correct.
Okay.
We both
All right.
got it right.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 2, what happened to the mountains and the hills before the Lord in the book of Nahum? Yeah, we both got it wrong. We both picked quake and tremble and quake.
Yeah.
And the answer was quake and melt, which
All
is
right.
stupid.
It just seems too much like Salvador Dali painting.
Yeah.
Like mountains melt.
Right? Yeah. Like, what's melting?
Right?
That's dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah. Number 3, In the book of Nahum, it was said, behold, upon the mountains, the feet of him that brings, and we got it right, it's good news.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Good
right.
on us.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 4, what did Nahum say the shepherds and the nobles of the people of Nineveh do? And we chose drink and stagger.
Right.
But the answer was sleep and slumber.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I know. I did the same thing you did.
All right. All right.
Number 5, the wrath of the Lord in the book of Nahum is poured out like what? And we chose water, but the answer is fire.
See, and again, I don't know.
Who
Because,
could
like,
know?
I think it depends on the translation.
Mm,
And again, I could be wrong, but okay.
Well, chapter 1, verse 6 reads, who can stand before his indignation? Who can endure the heat of his anger? His wrath is poured out like fire, and the rocks are broken into pieces by him.
Got it.
So,
Okay.
definitely fire.
In that translation that you're reading.
Okay,
So, you
let
know,
me go
and
back
I'm
to
not- and I'm not-
ours and see what it was in ours. 1:6. Here we go. Oh, that's Habakkuk. Hold on. Well, I was prepping it for the, when we read that one.
Yeah.
Okay, 1:6. Who can withstand his indignation? Who can endure his fierce anger? His wrath is poured out like fire. The rocks are shattered before him.
All right.
So I'm sorry, but you just are wrong.
Got it.
Is what it comes down to.
Okay. All
And
right.
you have to accept when you're wrong.
I'm
You're
accepting.
wrong.
I'm accepting.
Okay. Number 6. You got it right.
All right.
Nahum was given oracle concerning which city?
Nineveh.
Sure as fuck was.
Yeah,
Yeah. Number 7. That was a gimme.
it was.
I mean, like when I say you got so many right, that one doesn't even count. You know.
I mean, like 2 of the ones I got right don't even count because you gave me the answer for
I know.
trouble, and
Yeah.
and Nineveh was easy. So
Yeah. All right, number 7. What were the princes and the scribes of Nineveh likened to in the book of Nahum? And it was grasshoppers and clouds of locusts, but you and I both chose locust and lion
right.
because we're assholes.
Well, locusts and grasshoppers seem too similar to like why?
Yeah.
Why would you? Why
They're the
those two?
same.
Yeah.
They're the same. And he did talk about somebody being a fucking... He did call them lions.
Right.
At one
That's
point.
why I chose that one.
Yeah,
I was
me
like,
too.
Maybe that's what it is. I don't
Yeah,
know. And then
yeah.
the other one, I was just like, why would you compare them? Whatever.
Right? Yeah.
It is what it is.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
Number 8. According to the book of Nahum, the cloud was acknowledged as... And we chose the dust of... Oh, wait, no. We chose none of the above.
Okay.
And the answer was the dust of God's feet. Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't the gathering of water or God's covering. It
Got
was
it.
the dust of God's feet.
Okay.
Because, you get to see his feet sometimes.
Right.
But just the dust of it.
Sure.
Why God got to be having dusty feet?
Well, no, they saw him up on the mountain because his feet were the ones showing the good news or whatever.
I know,
So-
but the dust of God's feet. Why are his feet dusty?
I don't know.
If I was God, my feet would not be dusty. I would have the prettiest. I would have a pedicure all the time.
Right.
Like-
But it must be the melting mountains that he's standing in, causing some dust to
I
kick
would
up.
still.
Maybe.
I'm God. My feet are pretty. I'm just saying. I ain't having no dust on my feet.
Right.
I'm God.
Yeah.
Like the people that imagine this God, like their God is so fucking small. Like their minds are so small. Why does your God have dust? Really? That's the best you can do. You imagine a God that has these fucking feet, right? And feet are ugly and stupid in the first place. They have like billions of bones in them or whatever.
Yeah.
So let's just, beyond the biology of how stupid feet are and how ugly they are, getting beyond that, why on God's green earth would you imagine a God with dusty feet? If I was imagining a God, perfection, right? Perfection. The God I would imagine would not have feet in the first place. But if the God I imagine did have feet, they would not be dusty.
Well, again, just as a counterpoint, God supposedly created man out of dust. So if he's got dusty feet, maybe it's just he's surrounded by creation, magic stuff.
Creation
dust magic, you know. I don't
his
fucking
Play-Doh
know.
set.
Yeah, right.
It's still messy. Like, it's so...
I'm just saying, like,
it's
if you wanted to look at it in terms of something that could make sense, that's all.
It's so childish.
No, I'm not disagreeing completely. I'm just saying you could.
You could
look at it away.
Could. I wouldn't, but you could.
Right.
Number 9. What will the Lord by no means do according to Nahum? And you chose save the deceiver, but the answer is clear the guilty, which I told you at the time.
Yeah, you did. Yeah,
sorry.
That's right.
Number 10. In the book of Nahum, God is described to be what? Jealous, wrathful, avenging, all of the above.
It's definitely all of the above.
He is all of the above, and that is also the correct answer.
Okay, I was going to say, if you said anything else, I was going to be pissed.
Well, even if it was wrong, it's right, but it turns out that it is right.
Okay.
Number 11, in the book of Nahum, the Lord will make a complete end of the adversaries with what? And the answer is an overflowing flood, which we got right.
All right.
Yay for us.
Yeah.
Number 12, you got this wrong, and you shouldn't have. What were the fortresses of the people of Nineveh likened to in the book of Nahum? And you chose sycamore, but the answer was fig tree. I got that one right.
Right.
Which makes me very happy.
I almost picked fig tree, but I could have sworn I remember them saying something about sycamores.
I remember it was them shaking the fig trees and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the verse is actually, it's from chapter 3, verse 12. All your fortresses are like fig trees with first ripe figs. If shaken, they fall into the mouth of the eater.
Honestly, I overthought it because, fig trees are such a prominent thing in the Bible that I should have just... Like, it was definitely my only other choice that I would have picked.
Like, the only way it could have been more tricksy is if it was pomegranates was in there as a choice.
Right, yeah.
Number 13, in the book of Nahum, Nineveh is likened to a pool whose waters what? And we chose kill, but the answer is run away, run away. I think I chose overflow. You chose kill.
Sure.
But the water runs away.
Okay.
I've never known water to run away, but...
I mean, it does run away.
It runs over. It runs. I don't know that it runs away.
Well, if you're standing next to it, it's running away from you, isn't it? And it's also running towards you. But, you know...
I don't like that phrasing. I protest.
Okay.
Number 14, Nineveh in the book of Nahum was described as what? A wealthy nation, a cruel city, a righteous city, or, we got it right, both of us, a bloody city.
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah.
Fuck that city.
That was some of that war poetry shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was good. It was good writing.
It was.
Number 15, what did God say Nineveh will do in the book of Nahum? He will all of the above, seek refuge from the enemy, go into hiding, and be drunken. We both got that right.
Okay.
Number 16, what did Nahum affirm will not rise up a second time? What was the answer?
What? Trouble.
Right here in River City.
Yeah.
And that's funny. River City is Nahum. Is Nineveh. Yeah. Number 17, according to the book of Nahum, where is the way of the Lord? And you chose in the sea. But the answer, my friend, is in the wind. In whirlwind and storm.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you got a 47%. The average is 57. I think I said a 53. So that means I got one more correct than you?
Yeah.
So, yay me, boo you, boo us, and boo the Bible.
Yeah.
And that kills Nahum.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, we did it.
Wasn't anything real overly significantly different about this book than any others, other than the war poetry, maybe.
Yeah, I liked some of the writing. The messaging was kind of weird.
Yeah.
As they all are.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, no more weird than any other book, right?
Right.
But, it was short. So there's that, too.
That is true. That is true.
That makes it better than some.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So that was Nahum. And we will be back. I'll be back with the weekly weekly replay tomorrow. And then we'll be back the next day with
are live.
Yeah, that's right. We'll be doing it live.
You're looking at me like you expect a jingle, and I'm
no,
like...
you're right, yeah. But then we'll be starting a new book.
Right.
And that will be...
Habakkuk Chapter 1.
Okay. Well, we'll see you then.
Bye!
Wife.
Wait, what? Hi, what's happening?
Well, it's a little bit of an odd day today because we were going to be doing a regular episode today.
Damn.
Yeah. Well, the best plans, right? They don't work in Trump times.
The best laid plans of mice and men are fucked by orange Trumpkins.
Yeah. So things happened. Things were said. Things were done.
Things were
signed.
Things were signed is the scariest part.
Yeah. So Trump just put out his latest executive order or latest series of. There was a bunch of shit he did today.
Yeah.
And one of them was he signed an order targeting anti-Christian bias.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait a second. The largest religious group in the United States.
And the most enthusiastically annoying.
Right, yeah. They are under siege. They're being targeted. They need help.
They've always been the victim.
I know. But I'm so fucking sick of that bullshit. It's just come on. It's crap.
Yeah.
It's Christians cosplaying as the victim.
As usual.
And I just can't take it. It's too much. And more than that, the things that were said, we're going to get into it. Anyway, things were signed, things were done, and that's what we're doing today. So you ready to do this?
So not Nahum chapter 2.
Not Nahum.
This is not Nahum.
This is not Nahum.
Okay.
All right, let's do this.
Okay.
All right, this one's going to be a little different. So usually you kind of lead the discussions, and obviously I spoke first, so that means I'm leading the fucking discussion.
Well, you
guys ready for this shit?
You called me from work
I did.
Today.
I was like, we have to. Are we going to Canada? What?
Yeah.
Trump? Fuck. Damn. That's kind of my reaction today. It was all those, and if you caught most of those words that were not full words, that's kind of how my whole reaction went throughout the minutes and days and hours that I've been dealing with this now. Not days, hours. Yeah. So it started with a call from my brother actually saying, so are you guys going to be okay? And I'm like, what? He's like, did you see what Trump did? And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, oh, you should probably look that up. Because, of course, my brother knows what we do.
Yes.
And we've kind of talked about it, and we kind of have toyed with the idea that we might need a bug out kit.
Yeah.
Just because what we're doing isn't exactly kosher with his followers, right?
Right.
And he is a people pleaser.
We had actually been discussing maybe being ready to bug out even under the Biden administration because things have been heating up since the last Trump administration.
Yeah.
So we've had the idea in the back of our minds, but we've always been like, surely this isn't going to get that bad.
So anyway, it is.
It is going to get that bad.
So at the National Prayer Breakfast, which is, it's kind of like the Super Bowl for Christian nationalism. And it doesn't have a great halftime show. But anyway, that is where he went over and announced a lot of these things that he did. So he said at that one, he said, while I'm in the White House, we will protect Christians in our schools, in our military, in our government, in our workplaces, hospitals, and in our public squares. And they're going to, just Christians are going to be protected everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I won't even be able to make like a Satan toast anymore. They'll be like up my ass about it. So let's go over what Trump actually did. Trump signed an executive order directing the DOJ to form a task force to end the war on Christmas, not Christians.
I mean, no, he loves them.
So he's trying to end the war on Christmas because we all of us heathens out there, we all fucking hate Christmas, you know? Mm-hmm. Don't we?
Absolutely.
You hate Christmas, right? It's just terrible.
No, I like it.
Yeah. No, it's generally like most atheists I know celebrate not Christmas, not Christmas, you know.
Right. No,
but like some form of Christmas, right?
Like the jolly lights and the family get-togethers.
You might call it Saturnalia, you might call it Xmas, you might call it just a get together and with a winter solstice, you know, whatever.
Winter season, yeah.
So, but we don't hate fucking Christmas.
I hate fucking anything.
I hate hearing about fucking Jesus all the time.
Oh, I do.
And I'm like, guys, can you just like keep that to yourself? I don't need to know about this baby Jesus dude.
Or, you know, whatever, do your Jesus baby thing.
Right, yeah.
Just, you know, fuck off with forcing me to do prayers with you and stuff like that.
Just because it's Christmas doesn't mean that we have to pray with you.
Right. Right. Yeah.
And then he's going to create a new White House faith office, and it's going to advise the president on religious issues because he doesn't know shit.
Right.
Because, you know, he held the Bible upside down.
Yeah.
I mean, and like everything he says about the Bible is completely incompetent.
He said 2 Corinthians instead of 2 Corinthians.
Right, but that's not even like the worst of it.
No,
like, he's such a moron when it comes, like, he should just never talk about the Bible.
Yeah.
He literally knows jack shit
you know what? Okay,
about the Bible.
Here's the thing. I don't know jack shit about the Bible either. But you know what the difference is? I'm willing to admit that and to try to learn more and to say, whoa, I got that wrong.
Compared to him, we do know jack shit about the Bible.
Right.
We know way more than Trump knows.
Right. But I'm just saying, like, if he was, like, at least humble and be like, oh, man, I did hold that upside down. My bad. Or,
humble. I don't think those words even exist in his lexicon.
No. Because to him, humble is weak, and admitting a mistake is weak.
Right. So he also commissioned. He started a commission on religious liberty, which is just basically like a cheering squad for Christianity, maybe. I don't really fucking know what that is.
Go, Team Jesus.
Yeah, so this all kind of started with the National Prayer Breakfast thing that they do every year. And Trump had some declarations to make there and some, you know, catering to his base things to say there. So at this breakfast, he says a couple of things I want to read here. He says the mission, this is from Trump. The mission of this task force will be to immediately halt all forms of anti-Christian targeting and discrimination within the federal government, including at the DOJ, which was absolutely terrible. The IRS, the FBI, terrible. And other agencies. I can't do Trump very well.
No.
But like I can see it. Terrible. It's terrible.
Everything's the worst.
Yeah.
And the biggest.
Right. And then this one is like not this was the one that really caught my attention. The way what was said here. And he said that he's going to fully prosecute anti-Christian violence and vandalism in our society, and to move heaven and earth to defend the rights of Christians and religious believers nationwide.
Yeah, that caught my attention as well.
I'm like, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah, that's the part that I'm like, wait, I'm sorry, fully prosecute anti-Christian violence and vandalism? What?
Right.
What?
Well, and where do we draw the line? Who gets to define vandalism and violence, right? Like, I started thinking immediately after seeing that I was like, our podcast could be considered vandalism, maybe harm. I don't know. Like
Violence,
you could construe it to be, you could construe it to be something like that towards a Christian if you were a Christian who felt like you're always persecuted.
Yeah.
Right. And they do.
Yeah.
They feel like they're always persecuted.
They do. They feel like me being allowed to say my piece is against them.
Right.
Like me being allowed to put up my notice on the bulletin board next to their 5 notices on the bulletin board is harmful to them.
Right. Yeah. And honestly, this was started. Well, no, the actual reference is to some things that happened. Like there was an uptick in like graffiti and things that happened at churches after the Roe v. Wade decision got rescinded. Mm-hmm. You know, mm-hmm. So like that was a thing that was happening because obviously churches were kind of spearheading this whole movement. The whole
anti-women's bodily autonomy thing.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's nothing in comparison to what Christians were doing at abortion clinics.
Right.
Like the amount of violence and harassment that was happening at abortion clinics was way, way more than what was happening at any of the churches.
Or how about Christians shooting up gay clubs?
Right.
Or Christians doing harm against gays in general, you know? Excuse you? You want to talk about violence done unto others? You feel persecuted? Get the fuck out of here.
Well, and with all the shit that's happening right now because of Trump and the government that's currently in office, mm-hmm. I mean, I would say that, you know, the LGBTQIA community is feeling very persecuted right now.
The trans part of that especially.
Right. So, you know, if we're going to go with who's persecuted, maybe we should create a task force for the LGBTQIA community.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know? Like that to me is much more needed than a fucking Christian, whatever task force thing. Who cares? I don't fucking care. You guys are the biggest fucking group out there, and you need help defending yourselves. I just call bullshit. You all are out there telling me how Christian I need to be all the time, even though you don't know whether I'm a Christian or not.
You knock on our fucking doors for Christ's sakes.
I'm like, come on, like give yourself a reality fucking check.
Yeah,
this is not you're not. This isn't correct.
No,
it's not correct.
The inability to see what's happening and to have any kind of compassion or empathy for the people that they're fucking with is just astounding.
Right. I mean, they were forced to make cakes for gay people, and they were like, "My God, we're being persecuted," and I'm like, "No, it's just laws, guys. We don't separate black people from white people anymore. We don't, we enact laws to have inclusivity in our society."
But that's the problem. They don't want to be forced to be inclusive. They don't want to have to hang out with whatever the other is this week.
Right. But just because they don't want to do something, to them, that is being persecuted.
Right. Right.
No one's forcing you to fucking make the cake. Yeah. You can just quit.
Right.
You do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
You know? But if you're going to make the cake, then you got to make the cake equally.
Yeah.
So that's all we're asking. Mm-hmm. We're not asking for you to go and, whatever. It's just such bullshit to me.
Yeah.
I'm just going to start asking people wherever I work, are you a Nazi?
Right? I mean...
and then I'll be like, yeah, I'm not going to help you.
Right? Like, I'm sorry, it's against my religion to help Nazi. What's my religion? Oh, I don't have one.
Right, yeah.
I don't believe in a higher power. It's against my moral code.
Yeah, and besides, I mean, Christian churches have tax exemptions for their churches. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, there's all kinds of special perks that Christians get for just being Christian. Mm-hmm. And it's not that way across the board for people. Like atheists have no special things anywhere at all. In fact, we're one of the most hated groups in America, from what I understood from a poll. Mm-hmm. It was a Pew Research poll that I think I read. Mm-hmm. And we're one of the most hated groups in America. Mm-hmm. Not because we're terrible people.
No.
Just because we don't like God.
Well,
or we don't believe in God.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, you can only not rape people and kill people if you believe in God. Which is funny because...
Seems like the only people that do the raping and killing do believe in God.
Yeah, exactly.
So whatever.
Once again, introspection, not a thing.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, And that's just like, it's been one thing after another with like that whole last term with Trump, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was this whole run up with like places like Hobby Lobby, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Chick-fil-A or whatever, all these Christian establishments
Mm-hmm.
that wanted to not pay for trans care, abortion care, whatever.
Right.
All this stuff.
They didn't want to have to.
They wanted these religious exemptions.
They didn't want the insurance carriers. They didn't want to have to buy and care for the insurance carriers for their employees.
Right.
If the insurance carrier was going to cater to, I don't know, the health of people.
Right. And I could be wrong, but I think they actually won some of those arguments.
They did.
So, like, where's the persecution? Like, you literally get to shit on people because of your religious beliefs, and you won in court to have the right to shit on people for their religious beliefs.
We made them go to court in the first place. that was the shit of it.
Whatever.
We made them have to defend their stance.
It's such crap.
How dare you question my right to punch people in the face?
Muslims they've had travel bans.
Yeah.
Like, they've been persecuted.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's not that I don't like the Muslim God any more than I don't believe in the Muslim God any more than I believe in the Christian God.
Yeah, Allah, Yahweh, El, whatever the hell you guys are calling them this week. I don't believe in any of those magic guys in the sky.
Right. I'm an equal opportunity non-believer in gods.
Correct.
You know, and that's how I believe in equal rights for gods.
Mm-hmm.
None of them exist.
Exactly.
Yeah. But persecution, that they were persecuted.
Yeah.
At some level, right?
Mm-hmm.
Atheists, there's still fucking states that have laws on the books that say we can't run for office.
Yeah.
I mean, persecution.
Yeah.
We're being persecuted, like, legitimately.
And even if you are allowed to run for office, if you win, they are convinced that you have to swear on the Bible. Like, there are many Christians that didn't even know that, like, when, who was it? Was it Biden, maybe, I guess? Didn't swear on the Bible, and the newscaster was like, doesn't have to. Maybe it wasn't Biden, somebody who ran for office, but the dude was like, you gotta swear on the Bible. And the newscaster was like, actually, you don't. The guy was like, yeah, you do. And the newscaster was like, actually, there is no law stating that you have to swear on the Bible.
Right.
Like,
well, Trump didn't swear on the Bible.
Right.
So, I mean, which I think is hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
He's the most loved Christian president ever.
Yeah.
And he has no Christian about him.
None.
There is no Christian anything in that dude.
Well, now because he survived his assassination attempt, he's walking around saying that
might have well been a resurrection.
Well, he's saying that he was preserved by the grace of God, and therefore he has God's mandate.
Yeah.
He's in office for a purpose, God's purpose.
All right. Yeah. That's just insane.
Mm-hmm.
So, so this is, this is about pandering.
Yeah.
You know, like
totally.
This is all about pandering to his base and making sure that they love all the wonderful, like, obviously everybody who's not Christian is evil.
Well, yeah.
Right? So he's working up his base about all this shit. And it's causing this horrible situation where he's getting Christians riled up against everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I don't know what to do about it, because my first reaction today was, what are we going to do?
Me and you. Personally.
Yeah.
Like, I texted you, actually, should we take this as challenge accepted, or should we take this as, Eep, okay, message received, run away with my tail between my legs. I don't want to get in trouble.
Bit of both, right?
Right?
I think maybe we should be ready for both.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yes, challenge accepted. And part of the challenge accepted, we're starting as soon as humanly possible. I've already removed ads from the last 10 to 15 episodes that we've done, but I can't do all thousands of our episodes. So I had to reach out to our provider to ask them to do it. So it might take a couple of weeks. I don't know how long it's going to take them, so I don't want to promise anything, but in the near future, we will be doing no ads on our podcast.
Correct.
Now, that being the case, I know many of you out there are our patrons, and part of the perk of being a patron is no ads. So I'm going to ask that not only do you not stop paying, but maybe refer other people to start paying. Because the reason we're doing this is not to give everybody the same perks you do.
Right.
The reason we're doing this is because some of the people that advertise on our podcast, and we have no control over who that is.
Right.
But some of those people give money to Trump.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't abide that anymore.
No.
I cannot allow that to happen.
It's easy enough to just let it go, but now this specific podcast and this specific law that he's passing are at odds with each other. Yeah.
No, this is one too far, because I mean, we're literally we were on the phone today talking about how far does this have to go before we try to get out to Canada, or whatever,
go on the run or whatever. Like, are we going to become like political targets?
Right.
Like what?
Well, and it seemed like, my gut reaction is that this is just him again pandering to his base. I don't think that it'll go much further than that, but I also don't know how far he'll take this pandering, right? Like, how far does this reinforcement thing where he's getting this reaction from people, how far does he take that? How much joy, how much can he get from that?
Well, and I also want to be clear that, yes, he said all these things at the National Prayer Breakfast of what he was going to do. I want to be clear that later that afternoon, he did go out and have an executive order signed.
Oh, yeah.
And I have some quotes from it if I don't want to skip ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay. I have some quotes from the executive order that he signed that,
please, go
passed.
ahead.
Okay. The first one is, my administration will not tolerate anti-Christian weaponization of government or unlawful conduct targeting Christians. The law protects the freedom of Americans and groups of Americans to practice their faith in peace, and my administration will enforce the law and protect those freedoms. My administration will ensure that any unlawful and improper conduct, policies, or practices that target Christians are identified, terminated, and rectified.
That sounds very
vague and
specific, harmful.
Yeah. It goes on further down the page to say what the task force is going to be tasked with doing, one of which is identify deficiencies in existing laws and enforcement and regulatory practices that have contributed to unlawful anti-Christian governmental or private conduct, and recommend to the relevant agency head or recommend to the president through the deputy chief of staff for policy and the assistant to the president for domestic policy, as applicable, appropriate actions that agencies may take to remedy failures to fully enforce the law against acts of anti-Christian hostility, vandalism, and violence.
And that hostility bit got added in there. From what he said.
They added hostility into the actual executive order.
I mean, does calling God a dick, does that count as hostility towards Christianity?
I would say...
Because, I mean, I'm personally just being hostile towards a fake God.
But I would say it counts as hostility. I mean, if I had to be asked, if I'm being objective, I would say that's pretty fucking hostile.
Okay. All right.
I think it's valid. I think it's warranted. I think it doesn't fucking matter because God isn't real. But I think that even saying God isn't real could be construed as being hostile.
Well, and that's our concern, right?
Right.
So, and I don't want to be alarmist, right?
Let me read the last one and let's see how alarmist we aren't trying to be here. Okay?
Sure.
Okay. Just one last sentence. The Department of Justice shall provide such funding and administrative and technical support as the task force may require to the extent permitted by law and as authorized by existing appropriations. All the money and whatever you want to make sure you take this shit down.
Right. Right.
Blank check.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know. Am I being alarmist?
I don't know. I mean, there's not really a good way to gauge this until things start happening, right?
Right. But
So-
we've seen already what has happened, and I think it's fair to believe him at this point when he says that he's going to try to enact things. Now, I will take a step back, take a beat, take a breath, and say he is throwing a lot of spaghetti at the wall by
Yeah.
passing all of these blank enforcements and executive orders and all this. He's putting out as many as possible to dismantle the government and confuse departments and to empty it out and, just take control of it as much as possible, right? So a lot of the executive orders are being challenged in courts,
Yeah.
which is to be expected. And even though it's pissing him the fuck off, because he's like, but I'm the king. I don't understand.
Right.
Be that as it may, he's still putting these out with enthusiasm publicly and with his staff excited to get it into motion.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, it might be might be challenged in
even
court.
if they are being challenged, it doesn't really matter if he just decides to go do something.
Right.
Who's going to say no?
Right. And
Right.
that's the other part of the equation is, let's say that it is challenged. We have a First Amendment, we have a 14th Amendment that talks about birthright citizenship
Yeah.
being guaranteed. Like, if you're born here, you have this. It's not a gift. It's not a present. It's guaranteed to you.
Right.
Boom. It's automatic.
Yeah.
And yet he's decided, no.
Yeah, that's not how that works. But I mean,
But who's
but no
to
one's
stop him?
telling him no, really.
Yeah. I
So-
mean, and everybody keeps saying, oh, but it'll be challenged in court. And I'm like, y'all checked out the courts though, right? And I'm afraid that people don't realize that is still a problem, because even if it's at the lowest courts, that is thousands of dollars and manpower hours that you got to spend out of your own fucking pocket or the help of those who support you fighting it. And in the meantime, you are being pointed out publicly to your neighbors, your friends, your family, your job. And okay, so let's say it goes even further up the chain and goes to the Supreme Court. Hi, have you met them? They're conservative.
Right.
So I'm sorry that it'll get challenged. Don't worry. You're being alarmist. I'm not convinced, y'all.
Well, this brings me to a good point that I wanted to make. And part of the reason that we're not the reason we're doing this podcast tonight, but it is something that we need to mention. And there is every reason right now to be contributing to the people who are fighting, right? And that's going to be your ACLU. That's going to be Freedom from Religion Foundation. That's going to be your American Atheists. That's going to be
Your Planned Parenthood.
the secular coalition, like Planned Parenthood. Yeah. And I'm sure I'm leaving a fuck ton of great organizations off of that list. But this is the time to be contributing to them, because they're going to be out there fighting these legal battles.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, we're doing our small part here by not contributing ads to people who might be supporting Trump.
Yeah.
Right? We don't want to advertise on our site anything that has any tie back monetarily or otherwise to Trump or anybody. So we're ending all of that. I did want to cover this because, like I said earlier, I know we're giving up, we're giving everybody everything. The stuff that we used to, have people only be on Patreon for, we're going to be giving it to everybody.
Yeah.
But we run this podcast on a very shoestring budget. And
in our living room, in our pajamas, just as normal people.
Yeah, absolutely. And I this is not me being, I'm not exaggerating here when I say this, that we are a top 5% podcast in the world. And that's legitimate. Like, you can get on Listen Notes and you can see that we're a top 5% podcast in the world. But our income from patrons and ads, and we don't make really any, nobody ever buys merch. So you can go buy merch. There's merch on our, we have merch. But anyway, patrons and ads up until this month hovers right around $250 a month.
Which means that the podcast about pays for itself and nothing more.
It does pay for itself, right? And it allows me to experiment with a new service here, a new service there. It doesn't allow us to advertise any further than what we are. All of our advertising is done by me getting on social media and doing self-advertising, right? Because we don't have the money coming in for the podcast to do that.
There is no ad campaign or whatever.
Well, $100 of that is going to be the ads. So we're going from $250 a month down to $150, which we'll do this at $0 a month.
Well, yeah.
I mean, we will pay for this to do it, but we would love the help.
I mean, that's how we started out.
Yeah. So if you are contributing or considering contributing to Freedom from Religion Foundation, then please donate to them or the ACLU or whoever before you donate to us. But if you do donate to them and you're giving them like $20, maybe consider stopping over and giving us $1.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that supporting the people who are out there standing up and saying something against this fucking orange ass hat maybe are putting themselves on the line a little bit, and I know, and I'm not trying to.
We don't want to overstate like our
what
great
we are, where we are,
place
right.
in the grand scheme of things.
But
we're not nothing, but we're not nothing, and we're not.
But it is a little scary being here.
Yeah.
It's a little scary being a podcast that's out there talking about the atheist side of the atheist take on a Bible when our president is telling us that he's going to do the things that he's going to prosecute
people like us.
I mean,
like,
that's fucked up.
Yeah. In America.
I was at work today and I got a call from my brother and I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You've got to be fucking kidding me.
You got that call and then you immediately called me and I went down the rabbit hole and I literally had an anxiety attack because all I could imagine is, I sent you this clip, the scene from the original miniseries of The Stand where Kathy Bates, it's towards the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
Kathy Bates is a radio host. She's not even credited. I didn't realize that.
Huh.
Yeah. She plays Ray Flowers. She's a radio host, and Franny and her dad are listening to the radio. So this is before the flu has wiped everybody out.
Right.
Okay. Before she even left her house, she's living at home with her dad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And as the radio host, Kathy Bates, Ray Flowers, is talking to callers, we learned through listening that bodies are being burned and, the contagion is out of control and that the military is trying to quiet it down, blah, blah, blah. And then they break into her building while she's on the air and they literally shoot her while she's on the air. And I first saw the original miniseries when I was like, I don't know, 10 or something.
Yeah.
And to me, even though the whole scene is about the larger, or the movie itself, the miniseries itself is about, and it's based on a Stephen King book, of course, The Stand. It's based on like this whole greater good versus evil and God versus the devil kind of thing.
Right.
But none of that was in this scene. And yet this was the scariest scene to me. She gets shot on the air. And Franny gasps, puts her hand to her mouth and goes, "Oh my God, what is happening right now?" Like she's terrified because, and I have goosebumps as I'm talking about this because this doesn't happen.
Right.
That doesn't happen in the United States, you guys.
Well, and I think the bigger question is, how do you know when it's gone too far?
Right?
Right? Like, what is the gauge that we would implement to understand, okay, shit just got real.
Yeah.
Right? Because until it happens to you, I don't know that we're capable of understanding maybe this got too far.
Right. That's my biggest fear is, okay, it's still over there. Yeah. And it's still probably only going to be like the government offices that he goes after, right?
When you keep justifying, right? You keep justifying like, well, we won't be the next ones, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's not going to be us next. We'll keep fighting. We'll do what we can. But like, when do you go to Canada?
When
That's the answer I need.
Yeah, like, okay, I've been texting you, like, I've been asking you this question since the first administration, like, should we have go bags packed? And, like, I'm the alarmist. I'm the one that's easily scared, and you're always poo-pooing me. The fact that this was nerve-wracking was when you literally texted back, that's probably a good idea. And I was like, this really isn't, like, I had room to be alarmist because I knew I was safe within the people surrounding me to talk me down. It's not alarmist when the people around you are scared too.
And it's not just us.
No, but that was when I went from just being like, oh no, the flu's coming. Oh no, this is coming. Oh no, that's coming. And, I'm typically right, but I get poo-pooed often enough that I have allowed myself to wear the label of alarmist.
Yeah.
Even though, again, I do typically see it before it comes.
Sure.
But the fact that, like, oh no, it might be here now, guys. We might actually be seeing the actual crumbling of our country and democracy and freedom and the ability to say God's a dick without getting shot.
I am going to say that I don't think that's what's going to happen. Ultimately, in the end, I am you, but you know me.
You're the eternal, sunshine boy and looking on the bright side optimist.
Yeah.
And I'm the cynical, jaded pessimist.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know that I want you to be right this time. I don't know that I can.
I never want to be right. I love being talked down.
Sure. No, I get it, but I also don't want to wait too long.
Yeah.
Like that's what prompted my reaction today.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I want to say this too. We mentioned, tossing us $1 if you're going to toss freedom from religion or whoever, $20, right? But the other way you can help us is by spreading the word. Like, maybe you don't have money to give us. I get that.
Oh, totally.
Like we understand that more than you would know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But the best way all of you can help us is by sharing this with somebody else. Mm-hmm. Whether in person or your social media or wherever. But if you know somebody that might enjoy this, share it with them. Mm-hmm. If you know somebody that is scared about what Trump's doing and feels alone, send them this episode.
Yeah.
Let them know that there are other people that feel this way.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing worse than being scared is being scared by yourself.
Yeah.
We're all in this together. You're not alone. We're all terrified together. Yay!
And the truth is, none of us know what to do. We've never had this happen. This has never happened before.
The word unprecedented needs to be like fucking marked out of the dictionary. I'm so tired of hearing it.
Right? Yeah.
How many unprecedented things can you say happen before it's just, this is like the craziest century ever?
Currently, I just wish we were unprecedented.
Now, see, that could be a little dangerous to say, so let's just move on. Keep rolling.
I just meant, maybe he retires.
Sure, okay. Anyways, ... All
right. Do you have anything else to add about this?
Y'all need to talk me down because I'm freaked the fuck out.
Oh, I will say this too. Okay. Our Discord. It is a really, really excellent community of people. Mm-hmm. And
it is.
And granted, generally our best group is when we do our lives, which are going to be, I want to say this again, we're doing them Tuesday nights now.
10 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday on Discord.
Yeah, we've gone back to a Tuesday night. But if you join us over there, it's great people. It's a great community. Mm-hmm. We talked about not wanting to be alone through all this. Come over there.
Yeah.
Like it's not your normal social media.
Right.
It's like a online version of Cheers.
It really is.
Everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
And they answer questions and they help each other. They support each other.
Yeah.
We're a really fun crew. And if you are feeling scared, come over there and somebody will send you a hug.
You might have to wade through some inside jokes because we've all been over there for so long. We've lost our thread on what is outside of our circle. But,
Yeah, but ask for, like, what the fuck does that mean? And say it just like that. What the fuck does that mean?
Definitely.
And we'll tell you.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you're somebody like me, be like, I'm really feeling scared. I need a hug, guys.
But
everybody will send you a hug.
Oh, yeah. Step outside of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Come over to Discord. Join a really great community.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, there's no strings attached. Like, we are the worst money-making scheme on the planet because we don't ever ask. We give away everything.
It's true.
We're like, here, have it all.
It's true.
And if you want to give us money, give us money. But, like, we don't ask for anything in return. We're just like, you know what? If we had to pay for this all ourselves, we would.
Yeah.
But we could use the help.
Right now,
That's
yeah.
all. And, you know, but more than that, we could use the community.
Please.
So join us there.
Come make me feel better, y'all.
All right. I think that's all we got for tonight.
Well, the cat just hit the litter
Yeah,
box.
so that means we're done.
We're done.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, wife, I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.